2020, four friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated the order, and led to us making this podcast. We are far from experts, and we promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own unless you disagree. Please sit back and enjoy. Beck did it better. Yes. We are up to album 226. And from 1970, we have Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, which is the reverse of Charcuterie Board Russell had on Valentine's Day.
What?
Hi-yo.
Which was
assorted? Which was assorted meats. What?
Matt might need to work on his comedic timing here.
I didn't know that was part of it. I was like, what's his name? I just read whatever's in front of me.
Say this joke again. Right from here.
We have Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, which is the reverse of Charcuterie Board of the Charcuterie Board Russell had on Valentine's Day. What was assorted meats? Which was assorted meats, and he is trying to get laid. I
think that works. I think that's good. Assorted meats and trying to get laid. That's
one in the Joke Hall of Fame.
Dude, you're talking about my Valentine's Day. I'll just give you a warning. Aaron had some cancel plans. It sounds like the last night or two. I had a cancel plan tonight, which I'll tell you about later. Oh. But also, we were going to go see the Bob Dylan movie for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We bailed. Too much ice on the roads. Roads are too icy. We've reached the point in life where we're making smart decisions like, why do we need to fucking drive in the snow?
Wow.
If it's bad roads, like, we can just stay home.
And listen to Bob Dylan records.
Actually, tonight, I will give the upstairs roommate props. You guys know I've got my new record player up and running, and I told you guys about a week ago that
when you get home,
I figured out the toner arm. Aaron, I lied that night. I did not have the toner arm figured out. It turns out people for the toner arm, there are two dials on the toner arm.
That's a wild thing to lie about.
But when you look at the directions, it makes it look like there's one dial. There's not. There are two dials.
You got to set the 1 to 0 and then turn the other one, right?
Aaron, these fuckers, they make it look like it's so easy. And so I figured, I'm like, oh, this is sounding so good, and it's like super scratchy and shit. And the upstairs roommate's like, this can't be what it sounds like. No, I think this is what like having a good record. No, I was dead wrong.
Yeah.
So tonight we listened to two records, both picked out by the upstairs roommate. One was a new purchase, Fly by the Chicks. She got me Fly by the Chicks when she heard our episode.
That's got to be fun. Is it two sides or is it four?
It's four, but some people in this house decide they're going to play them in backwards order, which I made a comment about, Aaron.
Oh my God.
I bet your wife.
Chaos reigns. You probably
people put a lot of thought into the
AB
ordering
CD
of the album.
Yeah.
And the ordering of the album. They have to
Can I just say this? I love you guys, but this record player talk is so boring to me. Oh my God. When I edited it, I was
so sorry that we're boring.
How can I take out any of this?
Terribly sorry that
I want to get back to my charcuterie boards joke. I think that was really good.
So then we put on another record. We put on David Bowie, Space Invaders from Mars or whatever.
Oh yeah, Ziggy Stardust.
Amazing one. So then I get a text from a buddy, and I'm like, you know what? I've had a few drinks. I'm drunk dialing this buddy. So I don't know if you guys ever pull this. He does the text like kind of like, hey, we should get a beer in the next few weeks. Like the kind of, I'm floating it out there.
You called him on his shit.
I fucking drunk dialed his ass right away.
Yeah.
It's about 4 rings. I can imagine him sitting there going like, God damn it, I did not sign up for this. He picks up. We talk for a while. Guess what I do?
What?
I invite him to fucking brunch tomorrow. I'm like, come meet us for brunch tomorrow.
There's no time like the present.
And immediately he's like,
what do you got going on?
You guys know what it's like though? Like when you're not ready to like go do some with friends, you're kind of hemming and hawing, right? Like, Matt, if I said, hey, let's go get brunch tomorrow, you're like, I got to do Pokemon cards.
But we're getting old, man.
I can find a really good reason on a drop of a hat to not go hang out with anybody. Yep.
But you're not used to getting like the call and just someone putting it on you within like 5 seconds, are you? He thought he was being a good friend, and I flipped it on him, man. I flipped it on him.
Sorry, is he coming to brunch? Is it happening?
I don't know yet. We'll find out.
Russell, the easiest one is kids. I got kid stuff tomorrow. Sarah's going out to brunch.
He doesn't have an excuse like that.
Yep.
Then you better see him at brunch. He better be
Now, let
buying
me
the
ask-
flapjacks.
Let me ask you this, Russell. If he declines, are you going to take it personally?
I told him actually on the call, you guys will appreciate this. This is who I am. I said, look, you should come with us. It'll be fun. And if you don't come, I don't give a shit. And so I gave him the easy out because I am always worried if someone invites me and I don't go that they're going to like that it's a thing. But I don't think it's a thing to anyone. I don't think people give a shit.
You're a true gentleman.
And so I went out of my way to say like, just very straightforward. If you don't show up, I don't really care. So he's got an easy out, but here's where I came over the top on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
After I talked to him on the phone, I sent him a text.
Yes.
I said, we have a reservation for X people at X time tomorrow. I expect you to be there. And I got a thumbs up. Does that mean he'll be there or no?
Yeah. He needs to be there.
The chance of him getting sick tonight, Russell, very high. I would say there's a 100% chance he's going to come down with something.
I've had 2 experiences like this recently. In fact, the last night that we were recording 2 weeks ago, I started getting some texts from Rusty from Hayward, Wisconsin. Oh. Rusty, who you guys know, he was in Green Bay.
Liars and Saints.
Liars and Saints. He was in Green Bay at an Atmosphere show, and Sage Francis was there too. And he was like, hey, I remember you used to...
It's just a 10-letter word.
Yes.
Sorry. I'll be quiet.
Keep going. And he was like, sent me some videos because he knows I was a big Atmosphere guy back in the day. And I didn't respond to him until Saturday morning because I was on with you guys.
Atmosphere guy.
And I didn't watch the videos.
I'm part of the mesosphere. It's the largest portion of the atmosphere.
Yeah, Rob knows a lot about that.
My hole has been plugged. Thank you.
Oh, God. And I didn't respond.
I no longer have a big hole.
I didn't watch the videos until Saturday morning, and then I responded and said, hey, that was really cool. Thanks for sending. And he writes right back, and he was like, hey, I'm just sitting here having coffee. Do you want to talk on the phone? And I'm like, he did it, Russell. He did the thing. And I was like,
baller.
Fuck yeah, let's talk on the phone. He's like, do you want to FaceTime? I was like, yeah, let's FaceTime. I was having coffee too. Yeah, it was fun as shit. Yeah, I haven't seen him for 20 years. And I was like, yeah, dude, let's have a FaceTime call.
You know what Aaron would hear on the phone if he called me on the phone? You'd hear this. You'd hear a big bottle of pills getting ready. And then me just eating it and be like, oh, yeah, I'd love to talk to you. Oh, no, wait, I'm coming down with something.
Is your insurance covering that Wegovy yet?
Don't even get me fucking started. I'm going to say stuff that it needs to be
talk
edited
about that later. Yes.
I swear to God. Let's just say I'm agreeing with some people right now.
Aaron, I would never text and just say, hey, you want to talk on the phone? Whatever. I would just call you. Well,
right,
wouldn't you just call?
I guess, yeah. I mean, he was like, hey,
if you're already texting, you know that you got
my
a
phone in my
captive
hand.
audience.
That's right. Like, I better answer. So that was fantastic. And then the same thing happened today. Wallace and I had a little play date to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Because on Tuesday, a friend of ours was like, hey, Wallace was talking to my son about playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Would you guys ever want to play? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. We should do that sometime. And he was like, do you want to play this Saturday? And I was like,
do it now.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that,
let's do it.
you?
No, but we went to Games of Berkeley last night. We hooked up some a Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter set. We went over and did the whole thing. And man, no time like the present, guys. You got to seize the moment.
It's
people flipping it on you and being like, hey, we should do something down the road. And then being like, you know what? We should do it now.
And you don't regret it. On the other side, go like, yeah.
You on the other side, you are put under the gun and you got to be like, God dang. Like, it's either happening or it's not happening. And if it doesn't, it's on me, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're old enough now. I mean, you guys are way older than I am, but we're old enough now. If you say, hey, let's hang out, we should get a beer sometime. That's not happening. It's just not happening.
Nah.
You either have, to your point, Russell, you'd have to say, let's go now. Or you have to say like, okay, how about next Tuesday? Right. How about a week from now? You have to put it on the calendar.
Had to pick Tuesday on that one, Rob. Are you kidding me?
Wow. Yeah, respect to the people who put their chips on the table, put them on the calendar. Love it.
Guys, listen, I love going out to do stuff with people. I sent you a picture the other day of somebody from St. Olaf that came out and we had a spontaneous brunch.
That's amazing.
That morning. Okay, but guess what? As soon as my wife told me that this was planned for me, I was very mad. Okay, I was furious.
So, Rob, what's the ideal amount of time if you're going to have plans with someone? Like, do you want 3.5 weeks? Because you don't want to schedule 6 months out, but you don't want to do this weekend with no notice. What's the proper amount of notice to go out with friends?
2 days, 3 days.
I
don't want to be thinking about it. I don't want to be thinking about it all week. I don't want to have it on the calendar. I want to know like 2 days out maximum. Like I'll ask Jenny on like a Thursday, what's our plan this weekend? What are we doing? That's where I find it out. okay, then I'm down with it. It's better than the day of, but I can't be listening to that the weekend before.
Are you sure you're not doing that when you're just trying to pick a fight? When you're like, what's our plan? Because I want to get mad about it.
First of all, I would never pick a fight. Okay, that's crazy. That's not who I am. Okay, but second of all, we are having a State of the Union meeting here on the podcast pretty soon because I have some things that I think need to be brought up.
What?
Number one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Let's get him out.
Okay.
Hey, no time like the
let's do it
present.
right now.
Let's go.
Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
Number one.
Heary. Please welcome the Speaker of the House, Rob.
And his accountability buddy, Mike Johnson.
Yes.
My accountability buddy right now would be, that's who I would be calling to have brunch with. I can tell you that. And a blue Gatorade. Saturday morning, I'm going to order a blue Gatorade. Don't ask me why. Here's the thing. I think there's a huge delay between Aaron and I on Zoom. Because I have noticed, okay, and I don't want to say anything, but there's a number of times where I will tell a joke and nobody will go with it. Okay. But then there's also a number of times where other people are telling a joke. Yeah.
Is this what we're this is it?
And then people, where I'm saying a joke. And
Is this
then
the part where Matt and I are supposed to stand and clap?
People, yes. This is the part.
Are
where
we
you
supposed to be saluting
Is
right
this
now?
when President Biden starts yelling?
Part of it or not?
I have just noticed that there must be a big delay because sometimes when I start telling a joke, and sometimes the joke is going for quite some time, people will jump in and say things. Okay. And those people aren't me. So the thing is that I would like to have
more attention on you.
more attention on me. I think that's where we're going right now.
So
Now,
this is not the state of a union. This is the state of Rob's
Confidence.
ego.
no, but see, then the problem is that I listen back and I like all the stuff you guys are doing, but I'm not listening to it at the time because I'm thinking about how I was interrupted. So that's what I'm working on. Okay. Is that when you guys interrupt me, I'm going to listen to you. Okay. So from now on, that's my vow to you. All right.
We appreciate that.
Now, as you guys can tell, part of the reason I would even say such offensive things is that I am so sick tonight. Okay. I am just crazy sick. I was this sick. I was like, this apartment's freezing. And my kid was like, it's not cold in here at all. And I was like,
Oh, no.
shit. And I was like, you know what I better do? I better go take a 45-minute hot bath. That's going to make me feel better and not throw off my internal temperatures all night. Okay. So I am shivering. I feel like garbage. My throat, okay, is sore. No matter how many.
It's a quick episode.
So this is your flu game.
I like it.
This is Rob's flu
It's for
game.
sure. It's 100% going to be my flu game.
Actually,
We're the Scottie Pippen to
Aaron,
Michael
he
Jordan.
clarified on the Last Dance.
Yeah.
It was not the flu game. It was the food poisoning. game.
Yes, the food poisoning game.
Yeah, he claims the pizza place, didn't he kind of imply that the pizza place got him sick on purpose?
I disagree.
He implied that,
I don't think
he
that can't
implied
be
that
right.
they poisoned the pizza in Utah.
Yeah,
That's
well,
bullshit. That was flu for sure.
I can't imagine. But I will say this, guys.
I don't
Can
think
you
he shat his
of-
pants one time that game.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, Rob. Rob, I'm so sorry.
What I'm talking
Rob,
about right
I'm
there.
listening, Rob. I'm listening.
Here's the deal. Okay. I'm going to have a little light go off in my background when that happens.
I thought, you know what though? I will say earlier you said you were doing it when you were telling jokes, and I'm not really.
Well,
sure
I was
that's
just getting
what's
ready
going on.
because I was thinking to myself, would there be a worse sport to play when you have food poisoning and just the die like crazy than basketball?
Oh,
Like, listen, best
horrible.
swimming. No problem. Hey, guess what? No problem. Maybe even get me going faster. I'm fine. Worst, I think, is basketball, right? Because you're jumping, you're stopping, you're changing directions.
Yeah, you're in your defensive stance. Not good.
All right, let's go turn on the radio. Guys, I'm sorry. The only reason I lashed out is because I was I'm sickly. So please don't take any words. I honestly think, Russell, didn't you think that Fly episode was one of our best we've done in a long time?
I told you I thought it was top 10, and Matt, I think you had some of our listeners who texted and said they really enjoyed the Chicks episode.
Yeah. Well, what was didn't somebody on the text chain say it was not good or something? Why? There's a counter argument. What was?
Well,
I think Neil from Lakeville is just not going to fall in line with any country music or country adjacent music, but that's okay. That he's consistent.
Can I tell you, we did get a distraught voicemail from one of our listeners about that album, but we're going to wait till next week to play that. But it's something.
Play it now. What do you mean? Play it now.
The voicemail I have is more time sensitive.
No, play them both. We got. It's a single episode tonight. We can do
go.
Oh my God, you guys are trying to kill
quick on
Rob.
her.
Oh no.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Well, we can do our intros first because maybe some of us have fun quotes.
Yeah, who the hell's
here's
on
the
this
deal.
podcast?
Well, okay. After we come back from this song, I'm going to tell you about how I am not sleeping in my bedroom currently.
Oh,
all
geez.
right. So let's get started.
Wow.
And by the way, Russell, I'm just going to apologize in advance for this song.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to K-Rob, K-R-O-B. This week for Valentine's, we're only playing love songs. So get with the person you love, hold their hand, and then get upside down and get on the bottom. Oh, yeah. You know the rules. Oh, God. It's Valentine's.
Yes.
No, we cannot.
Yes.
I know it might not be appealing. I'm high energy in this song. I need your face under my thigh.
Oh, yes.
Sky on top 69. I'll lie down and lower myself on top of you.
Oh, my God. So specific.
Or I guess we regular 69 and we spin till you're on your back.
What?
Maybe we need to build a swing.
Oh.
Maybe we need scaffolding.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember how we did this last year. I'll go find the videotape. All right.
When you want to hear about the greatest
Again, Aaron, you get a videotape to your door. It says Rob Sex Tape, Valentine's Day, heart on each side. You put that in your
Yeah, watching it right away.
VCR. You're watching that.
Throw it in the VCR. Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate that.
100%. I could learn
Aaron will be
something,
like,
I'm sure.
Aaron will be like, I'm sure another person's going to come into frame at any moment here. Not just going to be Rob.
Just staring deep into Rob's asshole.
Listen, I've got
Aaron, what the hell?
he has to say it.
It's
He
right
has to say
there.
it.
It's contractually
true.
obligated.
Listen, I've got 3 guys here, okay, who, if Layla put them on their knees, they would need some help getting back up. We're old as hell. I've got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing?
Good. Rob, if I could choose the place to die, it would be in your arms.
Oh, wow. That's so good. I would probably do it at this guy who used to bully me in high school. I'd probably do it as a place of work. That would bug him, I bet. You know what I mean?
Who's this guy? What's his name?
I can't remember his name, but he used to bully me on the bus all the time. But if I showed up and then just died right at the Denny's or wherever where he worked, God, that would be good. They'd have to drag me. Oh, just my last thought would be like, fuck you.
A strong move.
Guys, I'm in a negative mood today. I got to get myself out of it. I've got Russell in Minneapolis. Russell, how are you doing? Get me out of this negative mood, Russell.
Rob, have you ever f***ed a flexible woman with brain damage so much you tremble in pain?
I guess that is that. We are going to leave the show.
You better leave part of that.
Oh, you think?
Russell's over here cowering in the beginning song and talking about lowering myself down, and he's like, "Oh, come on, oh, geez,
That's
oh,
the bleep
no."
joke of the half.
First of all,
500.
that song is biographical for me, but any part where anybody would know about that has been bleeped out of this show a million times over.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
It's been like bleeped, bleached, tossed, burned. It's out of there, Russell.
I could repeat it if you want.
Oh, please don't.
You need a clean sample of that?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh.
Hey, Rob.
Okay, well, that makes me not feel so bad what I'm about to say about Aaron.
Oh, God.
Listen, I've got Aaron, and he was telling me on Valentine's Day he felt like a child left behind.
What?
Because the bush got him acting so stupid. Aaron, how are you doing today?
Jesus.
That one is for all my teacher friends out there.
That is wild. Rob, do you want to see me crawl across the floor to you? Do you
Wow.
want to hear me beg you to take me back?
Wow.
I'm glad to do it. Let's talk about Derek and the Dominos.
Listen, today we've got a special treat just for Russell. We've got 2 voicemails, and guess what? It's
2 and 2.
It's not a big deal.
Can we do like a 2 and 2?
Yeah.
Two.
What's
2
that
and 2.
show called?
That was Love Connection with Chuck Woolery, Russell. You should look up
Chuck
what he's been
Woolery.
up to. Chuck Woolery's been up to lately. It's very
That's not
cool.
the first time you've made a what's Chuck
Okay.
Woolery up to lately
Well, I just
joke.
my son in COVID-19 had a good time on their first date. If you want to go out for a second one, we will pay for it. All right, that was
This is
from
2 and 2 show.
That was from Love Connection. Yeah, you guys. Again, I'm finding that I watch way more TV than you guys. Okay,
Is that the one
here,
Chris
let's get.
Hardwick hosted?
No, that's
Oh my gosh.
that's remote control.
I think that's singled
Singled out.
isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking
Oh.
of singled out.
That was singled out with Jenny McCarthy, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Now I like a lot of her later stuff too. I don't know what it is
Set
about
you
these
up,
people. I
knocking them
like a
down.
lot of. Yeah. All right, let's get started.
Hey, boys. It's Krista from Minneapolis calling. I have a question for you, and it is, what song do you hear that is a great song, but you simply cannot listen to it anymore because it brings up bad memories for you? I will tell you mine, because you triggered it on the Chicks episode. I have told you the story before of the person that I dated that wore a free breathalyzer blow here t-shirt. Well, our song as naive high school students was How Do I Live Without You by Leanne Rimes. And I can't listen to the song. Like, I was so irritated listening to that episode because I was so dumb when I dated that person.
Yeah.
And
How do I live?
So that is a song that I cannot listen to, and please don't play it again.
Oh my God.
What are your thoughts?
I was gonna say, if this isn't looped for like the last 12 minutes at the end of this episode.
This is not, of course, Leanne Rimes. This is Trisha Yearwood. Okay, so this is a totally
got us again.
different
Totally
song.
above board. Totally
We are
fine.
not doing exactly what our listeners asked us not to do.
So, Rob, here's the deal. They released the song on the same day in 97.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. I still was,
Do you know that both of them were up for the Emmy?
a Grammy.
I believe it's a Grammy.
You know, they were both up for a Grammy? Did you know that?
I literally had this discussion with
So
my
they
wife.
have Leanne Rimes perform. Sorry, Rob. They have her perform at the Grammys while right before they're going to give out this award, and she doesn't win the award. They give it to Trisha Yearwood.
Russell understands
Did
the
they give it to the...
Would anybody be mad if this is just playing in the background until we get
Yes,
to the album?
one of our biggest listeners would be furious. She made that very clear.
Kirsty from Minneapolis.
No, I mean us.
Oh,
Us four.
well.
Would anybody have?
So the question is, a formerly great song that you can no longer listen to?
Yeah, I don't have this. I know. Everybody seems to have. I can't think of one that.
Yeah, I think you can probably always find a way to still enjoy the song, even if it brings up. What would bring me to my knees though is OAR Crazy Game of Poker, because that just feels like a ghost chasing us. That feels like we listened to that so much our senior or junior years of college. That'd be tough for me to really go
318. What? Listening it at Football House.
This is the old "Can you shotgun 7 beers" during the song, right?
Yeah, that just feels like too much.
Wait.
I told you guys, I think a few weeks ago, we're looking at doing Red Rocks, and this is one of our 3 options this summer.
OAR at Red Rocks?
Yeah.
Russell,
Wow.
What is it you said earlier? This is the old. Now, first of all, when you say stuff like that, I kind of assume I'm going to know what you're talking about. This is the old Shotgun 7 Beers during this song. This song's 8 minutes and 42 seconds long.
This was the deal when we were in college. This is probably a top 20 played on my Winamp in college.
That's what killing
I haven't
me, right?
heard this song probably in 15 years. I got to put this.
It's amazing. And actually, this whole album is very good. There's a number of good songs by OAR, Of a Revolution, I believe, if you give him the long name, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to play this all the time. But the game, what do you call this? Like what do you call that, Aaron? Like
Alcoholism.
No.
But like,
It's like the story behind the song, the legend.
oh, like
is
Song Exploder or Song.
You're supposed to be able to see if you can shotgun 7 beers.
Okay, wait, what? Where did that come from? You just start acting like that's like
Google it.
prima nocta. Okay. That was the legend?
I don't know if you call it a legend, but I don't know what
song. Shotgun 7 beers. So this is not just a thing you made up, Russell, because this sounds like
No.
Russell Express.
I feel like Lars from Decorah could have done it, and maybe Brian from Lake City, but we don't know that many others who could have hung with that.
Brian from East St.
Brian
Paul.
from East St. Paul. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say Crazy Game of Poker. Poker, Shotgun 7 beers. I don't see anything about it.
Well, that's because we lived in the pre-internet era.
Wow. This is truly a remnant of it.
I'm going to call you tomorrow morning. I'm going to be like, hey, let's shotgun 7 beers to this song right now. Right now.
I would die. I would die.
I'll tell you the one song. I was trying to think of like a romantic reason to not like a song or something like that. But the one song I cannot listen to is that the Green Day song, I Hope You Had the Time of Your Life.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Fucking Hockey House played that at the end of the night, and every single Every single night they played that at the end of the night.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's the one that gets me.
I definitely never made it to the
Brandon
end of a
from
hockey party.
Lakeville singing this. I can just see him doing it. So, yeah. I turn this one every time. This is a great album, but it's kind of like Purple Rain. Great album, but I turn it every time this song.
Yeah. Aaron, you got a song that you just can't, that gives you bad juju when you're listening to it?
Well, none of them give me bad juju, but I was saying the OAR. I don't think I could handle that emotionally. And then probably Sarah McLachlan, I will remember you. Sarah, how did that come up on our text chain today? But I think Russell hasn't gone yet.
Manny from South St. Paul, not East St. Paul, but South St. Paul brought it up.
This song, so Aaron, let me get this straight for a second, because I want to point this out. The song that you're picking is this song.
Yeah, who the hell wants to listen to this? Why would you want to listen to this? Like, just so I can have a good cry? No, I'm good. I don't need it.
Kyle MacLachlan would.
Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan.
Hey, this is about my sister.
This is not the one with the dogs.
It is. That's the other thing. Is it's from the dog video. Yeah, I don't need it. It's too much. It's too harsh. Too many emotions. Don't get me wrong. It's a great song, but I don't need it in my life.
Sarah McLachlan.
You know what it is for me? Okay, first of all, Russell texted me his song, by the way.
No, I got you.
Oh, hold on. In the Arms of the Angel. That's the dog song.
Yeah,
That's
right.
We go. This is like once every 100 episodes we go through this. The Arms of the Angel. That's the dog. So I like that one, but in the Arms of an Angel, oof.
Like, these are great songs, but
Blow it up.
who sets out to say I'm gonna make the saddest songs possible for everyone?
Sarah
to just
McLachlan does.
cry
Aaron,
too. Come on.
I get why Aaron would have an issue with this after that few calls he made after that dog bit him. I can see why this would be tough.
Because he feels bad when he calls the dog catcher.
Every time he hears this, thinks about when he got his neighbor's dog killed.
I saw Coco 2 weeks ago. Coco's all right.
This Coco.
The canine,
Coco, sure.
the canine version of Dr. Jack Kevorkian in the Oakland district is on the loose.
Wow. And to think that he tricked the dog over with a treat and caught it with a giant net. You know what I mean? Like, they look over it, there's a box with a stick and a string with a dog treat under it. And they're like, what are you doing over here? And he's like, oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. What's that big needle of Windex you have? Don't worry about it. Oh, nothing.
Rob, you got a song?
Well, first of all, I just want to tell you, this song is depressing, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, Russell's texted me his song. Okay, that he is
Don't do
very
this.
nervous
Don't
about.
do
Okay, it says every time he hears it, he has bad.
You got to put Canon and D. It's Canon and D you got to play, not the wedding
okay.
march. So that's the end. That's after it's married. It's getting down.
Canon
the
and
aisle.
D. That reminds me of a sex move I did on my wedding night.
My
It's where I
song
put
is-
my thing in between her things.
My song is Daydream Believer by the Monkees.
You can't do that one.
Canon and double D. That's a better one. Is there a delay? Canon and double D. I think there's a delay still
Get to
on
the
there.
bottom of this Daydream Believer thing.
You don't want to hear more about Canon and double D's?
This
Aaron?
is the one I can't handle. This was on a mixtape or I don't know what you call it, a burn CD.
Yeah.
As a gift to a lady type of thing that didn't work the way I was expecting.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
So
this is you eating shit. Oh.
yeah, it was me eating shit.
What a great song, though.
It's great, but I can't
Listen,
do it.
No, I
Russell,
feel that.
I hear you.
I gotta say, Russell, this is a really shitty song to put on a mixtape. We're on the mixtape
Oh,
one. I don't
God.
think this is any good to put on there.
I think it was Vatic second, like Chuck Doppler. Vatic second.
Okay.
Got the
What
yips.
would you say? You want to tell us what the opener
Hey,
was?
Rob, hold on.
Okay.
I don't even know if I might have re-gifted the mixtape.
Oh.
The burn CD.
You want to holler?
I don't think I even made
You want
it.
to holler upstairs?
Why would you
I
not repurpose that? Why would you not repurpose that?
So wait, it was given to you, and then you gave it to someone else?
It might have been something like that. The other time where I had
crazy.
a burn CD that went horribly wrong, I burned the whole. Rob, cue it up.
Okay.
Big and Rich. What's the Big and Rich? The famous song, Cowboy.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Ride a horse, ride a cowboy. That's the
Save
other
a
one I
horse,
can't do.
ride a cowboy.
This is a
is the
song
other
you
one.
can't hear.
What?
I can't do this one anymore. This was so big at the time, and I also gave this to a lady, like the whole burned copy. I think actually the Pleasure Principal burned this copy of this whole CD for me, and I gave it to a lady, and that didn't work out either.
Can I just tell you, Russell, this one I think is a great choice. This is a
crazy
crazy
video.
mix CD with this one.
Russell, can we get a list of the top 10 songs you put on the burn CD for the upstairs roommate?
Man.
Yes.
I just want to know. I just
know
want
which
to know
ones aren't
Yeah,
on
you want to go to brunch tomorrow or not?
If not, I've got a great song that I just heard on the radio earlier that you could put on that mixtape if you want.
I mean, this was a pretty big song at the time, but this was one where I don't know if I could do it anymore.
Is that Matthew McConaughey in the video?
Listen, we cannot get stuck watching this Big and Rich video, but I will say
I'm not
this.
sure
That's
we
big.
can't.
That's big.
I love Big and
okay.
Rich.
Yeah.
I love Big and Rich. I love this era of country music videos because it gave me a whole new channel to jack off to at this point. Because at some point, CMT, every once in a while, you would just see Garth's big, large pizza-sized face kind of float toward the screen. Though his videos were always him like in a barn playing the guitar with the rain coming down on the glass. Now you with Big and Rich, all of a sudden they're like, you know what we should do? Have a bunch of attractive women walking down a bridge with these two guys in front. It's perfect. We're back to that Aerosmith philosophy.
I thought you were waiting for the Any Man of Mine video. It's an hour or whatever.
Gosh.
Any man of
I honestly
mine.
don't know if that one's sexy or
We
not.
might have to do a full view of this.
Oh, no.
All right. Full.
Can you guys
Watch
sing?
along, Rob.
Can you sing the whole thing?
Probably, yeah. I can't do the 1, 2, a 3, 4.
We should talk.
I can't.
You got to
I'm
be
sure.
careful with Shania Twain. If you guys go to Nashville, there are certain songs they will not do Shania Twain unless you pay them $100.
Oh, really?
Are you serious?
Because
Shania's off.
they've done them. They've done them so many times.
There's certain
Russell?
fiddle songs and Shania they will not do.
Pearl Jam's going to be in Nashville end of
Oh.
April, so I'll be there end of April.
Can I just say this, guys? Listen, this is our video breakdown.
Listen.
Oh,
Yes.
everyone listen along. Everyone gather around your laptops.
Look at Rob.
For another better.
Video breakdown. How stupid that is. All right, here we go. Any Man of Mine. And if you want to watch it with us, just go and push play and now.
You got some trotting cattle right off the bat. They're lassoing cattle. Oh, this is
Man, she is absolutely gorgeous in this video. Shania Twain
It's very
was an
wholesome, but also
absolute-
like a little bit. Hey,
It might shock you guys that a preteen Rob loved this Shania Twain.
see, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't
Manna
wrong.
from heaven. Although I gotta say, I don't know if my wife now is wearing a jean jacket vest like she was earlier. I don't know if I would be. Well, never mind. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Changed my mind. Jean jacket vest, short white crop top. Sign me up. Okay. Now
Mom
look at her
jeans.
belt.
Do it.
Look at this belt. She's got the
Millions of
amazing. She has a Santa Claus belt. Look at the size of her fucking belt. It's Santa's size.
yeah.
It looks like she won the cruiserweight.
We got some fiddle going here.
This video that would give you the impression that she is Canadian, right?
Oh,
yeah. The whole outfit.
It's a cage.
She's got a denim on top, denim on. She's got a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
she does look kind of cold in this denim vest. Like she looks like she's freezing.
And maybe we'll get to it, but at the Grammys, not the Emmys, did you guys realize that Kendrick was wearing a Canadian
Was a
tuxedo?
lot of
Just
denim,
another
wasn't he?
dig. Just another
Oh, that's
dig at
right.
fucking Drake. Just hilarious. That guy is hilarious.
really went over the top with
Or a
it.
Canadian tuxedo.
She's down a bubble bath.
I like it like that.
Like that.
What's the horse doing?
The horse is
Horse
taking
like
her
taking
towel.
clothes off the.
Is this like Elizabeth? Or who's the queen that did it with horses? Catherine.
Oh, it's-
What?
Aaron.
What are we talking about
Thank
here?
goodness you're here because I wanted to talk about that too.
Let's get into it.
That was the rumor.
Yes.
One of the worst rumors they haven't spread about you of all time. The fact that it's like hundreds of years later and we're like, isn't it that queen that had sex with a horse? We're like, yeah.
That's the one.
what?
Just a terrible. Yeah, Catherine the Great. I mean, whatever. Who knows? Look it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't ask about it every time I go to Versailles. Hey, what about Catherine the Great? What about her? We talked to you yesterday.
Oh, look at this. She can go day to night. She can go Canadian tuxedo to a little black dress. Straight out of the stable.
Does she have other hits on this album? If not, it's kind of it's
The whole album.
Not be
All
honest.
right. Let's look it
The
up.
whole album.
Any man. Any man. key change.
That was around.
Is that
was
the
around,
only
I think.
part of the song where there's a backup singer?
All right.
Yeah.
It's from The Woman in Me. Now I saw that on Bing the other night, but it's different. Let's see. Home ain't where his heart is anymore. Any man of mine. Whose bed has your boots been under?
That's a good one.
Classic.
The Woman in Me needs a man in you. And that's it. God bless this child. So it doesn't have her mega hits, but
She did God Bless the Child on there. I'm not sure I could stomach that.
maybe it's a sexy video like this one.
Make her shake.
I cannot tell you how many times girls.
Come On Over is number 300, by the way. That's their only Shania
Well, that'll be
Twain.
fun.
Oh, there's a Shania Twain album on the list?
That's it. Have to have it.
That's the other one.
Guys, I cannot tell you how many high school girls avoided eye contact with me to this song in 1998. They all knew, because they knew if they made eye contact with me, it was a question of whether it was going to be a bump or a grind.
Would you go over and be like, Rob, would you like to dance?
No, if they looked at me, it was automatically bump and grind time. It didn't matter that I had to see you the next Monday in math class, like 2 rows up.
Oh, no.
We were bumping and grinding, okay, until your friends say, oh, come with me to the bathroom, which I now realize what they're really doing, okay? Trying to get away from Not trying to get away. That's not what I said. It's not trying to get away from me.
Didn't we have a second voicemail?
No.
What the hell is even happening?
Let's get into rolling, going. We will do our second voicemail later.
We're already at 45 minutes. We're going to have to make it a short.
It's time for roll.
I'm on it.
Going.
I'm literally about to pass out.
Not figuratively.
Better
Literally.
take some of these bad boys. All right. Oh, they want my cholesterol to go down slowly? I don't think so. I figured this shit out. Let's get into rolling going. Aaron, rolling going, how's it going with you?
It's rolling going good. Quick break. Is my sound okay to you guys? You guys are breaking up a bit for me, but am I?
You're doing this
Nope.
at 40 minutes, Ian?
Yeah, great. So 2 things. One, just my
That would
reaction.
explain, though, why you didn't laugh at a lot of my jokes.
My reaction to the beginning of this podcast.
You're breaking up. I can't hear.
Worst queen.
This is going to be an admission that Aaron makes to Rob at like episode 501. I didn't hear
didn't hear
anything
any
you
of
were
the
saying for 12 and a half years.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, I don't want to get too maudlin, but, you know, there are times I really miss my dad. One is that one of our listeners had a new baby. Well, I actually don't know if his wife listens, but one of our greatest listeners' wife had a new baby on Saturday. Was it Saturday?
Wow.
Nope, it was Thursday. They had the baby Thursday. Really missed my dad that day. Also, when I heard Rob's song today, I was like, God, I really wish my dad could have heard this. So I don't know, two sides of a coin, but he would have absolutely loved that one.
Now, Aaron, if you want me to send you a USB drive, okay, that you can take and place at his grave with the 69 Upside Down song in it, I will do that.
Get a
for
little
you.
macabre. Is that the right word?
Listen, if it was my grave, I'm going to have a USB thing in my gravestone with a TV up there.
He would have left me a voicemail about that one, no doubt. He would have been like, Rob's sick, but he's kind of funny. But I did also just want to share, I was a little bit late tonight because I had to run back down to the garage to get my props for the evening. I am sure that our listeners...
All right. Oh, let's hear it, Aaron.
I'm sure that our listeners are tired of hearing Las Vegas content from us, but I had so much fun this year playing craps in Las Vegas, learning craps from Rob. I keep thinking about it. And I've been doing some workouts lately where I have to roll dice to choose how many sets and reps I'm going to do. And I was like, I've been using Siri, like, hey, roll a die. And then it says, like, it's a 2. And you go, like, oh, that's fine. And I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to get some real dice. And so this is dumb because I was just there and I didn't buy any while I was there. But I found you can on Amazon, you can choose from any number of casinos, casino used dice. So I had to get the Flamingo, our most recent trip. And I was thinking about the link, but the link did not say Viva Las Vegas. So I had to get the Flamingo set. And then on the other die, it says
That's way more baller than the link.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. I just keep them in they come in a little like this. These dice were used in this lovely casino, and I keep it in there, and I roll them when I'm doing my workouts. And sometimes I just grab them and hang on to them when I want to think about you guys.
Aaron, can you smell those real quick? Do they smell like Camel Crushes by any chance?
I think you might have used these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these might have been.
Aaron, what's your address? Rob's got some other dice for you.
Well, I did look up, Aaron, because as soon as you said dice, I always think about sex dice. Man, you've had sex dice before, right? I think every couple's had sex dice.
I've never even heard,
You guys have never had
heard
sex
of this
dice?
concept.
Oh,
Never heard of this concept.
Sex dice is a great way to stop using sex dice. There's nobody. I mean, look at these dice right here. Sexy dice game for couples, fun and intimate adult dice game with 12-sided positions. Guys, 12. You could be rolling this all night. It's crazy. Unique brush night. So look at this. This one just says, okay, the three we can see. You choose, suck, and kiss. And this one down here says inner thigh, fingers, and then ass. Do you see where you could get in trouble here?
Pretty quickly, yeah, you're sucking ass.
Let's go to the one. Let's go to the 1-star.
Okay.
Let's go to the 1-star reviews.
We want to know what the 1-star reviews.
Okay, the 1-star review says got stuck.
9% of them are 1-star.
There are numbers all over the dice. There are numbers all over the dice. Just numbers in no order. What are they for? What are they designed to be used for? 2 of the dice I think are designed to be used together. The others show 2 positions with a random number. Is that time? Makes no damn sense. Going to return. First of all, don't return your sex dice.
That shit.
Don't return your sex dice. Nobody wants to get that return. Can I get this slightly used? Cheaper?
That's one of those where Amazon will say, "Can we just give you $1 back and you keep it?" That's like that's what would happen.
Yeah.
We got to go to eBay and see if there's any sex dice for sale. Sex dice. Yeah, there's a lot. This one just says suck lips.
Whoa.
This one has thighs and ears on it at the same time. If I got ears, I'd be so mad. Let's look at one more 1-star review. Are they durable and long-lasting? Who would ask that question? Let's see real quick.
Are they durable?
Well, it depends on what you're doing with them.
Oh no, my $10 sex dice, they wore out. I'm gonna have to get a new
I've got
pair.
terrible news. Sex dice broke. Oh, well, how are we going to know what to do anymore? We're not just going to do the same 3 things for the last 20 years of our marriage. That's crazy.
Watching Rob navigate these comments is just like mind-boggling. He's like scrolling all over. Like, how do your kids don't watch you scroll the web like this, do they? This is horrible.
I do have a thing where I click on words when I'm reading them like this. I'll highlight it and I'll read it.
Scrolling up and down.
And it drives people crazy. It drives people absolutely insane when I'm doing it. Okay, I read the reviews and I was excited to purchase it. We relieved the package. It was literally just the case, no dice. I gotta say,
that would suck.
No dice. You're ready to have sex with dice. You're ready to be told what to do. No dice.
The dice have spoken. You guys, nothing for you guys tonight.
This last one is just titled "Slimy and Illegible." Slimy. Why are they slimy?
Yeah, why are the dice slimy?
Excuse me. Excuse me. The joke was supposed to be the slimy, not how I said illegible. All right. Pictograms are illegible. They are blobs. You need glasses to see them, even if you have 20/20. Seemingly, they looked used and dirty, and you can't return them. There goes $15 down the toilet.
Oh, wow. Okay. People are not enjoying the sexy dice.
The upstairs roommate and I have had some card games where you ask questions and it's like a conversation starter. Nice. And we did have one of them that got where they was asking too serious of questions. And I was like, we got to get rid of these. Yeah. I can't handle these serious questions.
I can hardly read these pictograms. They're blobs.
That's how it's rolling going with me. How's it rolling going?
That would be funny, Russell. That would be funny if it was sex dice or serious question dice. And it was half an ass. So it was either get blown or what's some childhood trauma that you don't think you're over? You're like, oh, I hope I get blown.
What?
Suck balls. You know what I mean? Or what's the worst emotional pain you've ever experienced? Get my balls sucked. Okay, that's 4. So we need 2 more, Russell. Okay, so I'm going to go with...
Is there 12-sided die?
Yeah, I'm going to go with eat lips. Oh, I'm terrible. This is why I got fired from the last sex dice place. Eat lips.
I was wondering who's the person who's working at shipping and handling at the Flamingo that's like, God damn, this is the first pair of dice we've mailed out in 42 years.
Oh, somebody finally bought one of these.
Cars occasionally, but dice?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so funny that because it's got to be somebody's like, hey, you know that thing that everybody buys at the airport on the way home?
Right.
Some guy actually fucking ordered it online.
I know. It felt so dumb. I was just there. Why didn't I buy it when I was there? But you can choose from any number of casinos, and I had to get the Viva Las Vegas ones. A whiff. How is it really going with Russell?
Suck lips. Do you think your spouse would secretly be happy with somebody else?
What?
That's the two options.
Rob didn't want this to go on for too long.
Rob, I'm going to pull up a song. Sam Levine, Charleston.
Oh.
It would be nice if the dice said things like, tell your partner they have a big one. You know what I mean? Like, that would be nice. She rolls it and just looks at you and goes, you have a big one. You'd be like, this is great.
Oh, yes.
So I've got a few different stories we can talk about. This last weekend, I went to Charleston for the first time, South Carolina.
No.
I didn't have any of the chew, but I did have a good time. And a few quick stories. One, I stayed at a hotel that Matt recommended, the Dewberry. Amazing hotel. One of the things I learned about this hotel, you want to know what the key to a great rooftop bar is?
What's that?
You got to be able to see 360 and be able to see the whole city from the rooftop bar.
Okay.
Right, Matt?
I agree.
And a lot of rooftop bars try to get around that, don't they? They try to make it where it's just a patio.
right,
Like, excuse me, this is not a rooftop.
Russell, were you freaked out by the turn down service as I was?
I didn't even notice the turn down service, Matt, because this time we got back to the hotel on the first night we were there. This Friday night, we get back at about midnight.
Oh.
There's a gentleman standing outside his door, and his what appears to be his date in kind of like a sequin type dress, sitting on the floor in the hallway next to our room. I'm like,
was it his actual date or lady of the night?
Wait, they looked like they were together, about the same age, like late 20s.
Because when I was there, it was at some conference, and everybody at the conference was staying there. And there was definitely a gentleman who had a call person, but it was
a sex worker.
It was not a lady of the night. It was a guy of the night.
Oh, nice.
And there were some pretty thin walls there. Let me just tell you that.
First of all, I got to tell you, if I was going out to find a male sex worker, the one thing I'd bring would be a grip strength tester. You know what I mean? I'd be like, squeeze this, tell me what you get. No.
Like you're just rolling with like a gallon of ice cream and a scoop, and you want to see what they can do.
Yeah. Hey, you in the Cold Stones hat.
See those forearms.
Yeah.
But so we get up there, and this is our first night, and it's a beautiful hotel. Matt gave a recommendation. Great spot. I'll chat with Matt about the location, but we get up there, we come back, two people standing out there.
Oh.
Manager's talking to him. There's nothing I can do, he says. We get back and we stand, and I just stand. We've had a few drinks, and I just stand there, and I'm just listening for about a minute. And eventually the upstairs roommate hits me and is like, we got to go. We're lingering now. They got locked out of their room, and the hotel could not get
How
them
is
in
that
the room.
possible?
Have you guys ever had that happen where the hotel, you got locked out and the hotel could not get you back?
No. How could that even be?
What do you think, Russell? What was the key system here? Was it like one of these hotels where they give you a physical key, or you have to take it down the lobby, or what? It was
an electronic key, just like you would get at any other hotel, but obviously something with their system wasn't working, and they didn't have like the hard key to get in there. So we went in, and for about the next 45 minutes, it was silent for a while. Eventually, the guy came back, and they were sawing at the door. They were trying to drill the door. This is 1 a.m. at man, this is like a 5-star hotel. It's an amazing hotel. Yeah. And they are literally sawing at the door and trying to drill out the doorknob to get these people stuff out of the room.
What?
3 hours of hammer.
I don't know why this video exists, but I kind of want to watch it.
So did you ever figure out what, like, did you see them the next day? Was there any?
We did not see. They were not in there the next day, but the guy was telling them that like their maintenance person with whatever key was off site and he wasn't going to be there for a while. And so what would you guys have done if you went to a hotel and you couldn't get back in? Because I was saying I would be fine. Like if you put me in a different room, I'm good for like a night.
Yeah,
like I don't need all my stuff. I'm good. Yeah. But what would you guys have done for that?
I don't know.
They were also doing an electronic sawzall, Rob, if you want to do like a saw noise.
Yeah, I mean,
I just like the comment says, why the fuck does this exist? I love it. 3 hours of hammer.
Yeah, I think I would just say like, well, do you have any other room open where we can go sleep for tonight? And then we'll figure it out.
This is what was happening.
Oh my God.
For probably a half hour.
This is a lot, Russell. I mean, the last time I heard this much Saw, I was asked if I want to play a game. I don't know.
So I texted you guys and I said, Matt, thanks for the great hotel recommendation. Unfortunately, there are people that are locked out, but this was a great hotel.
How do you think it happened, Russell? Do you think that here's what I'm thinking. They came back from a night out a day too late and they no longer own the room, so they can't let them in. But then how do they get up there?
I like that.
My
They
initial
followed
line of
somebody in the
thinking
door.
was maybe there was some sort of, you know how there's the gold latch. There's the latch on the door.
Yeah.
Part of me thought maybe they were walking out and were messing with the door, and somehow the latch got that was the only thing I could.
Or maybe
think
they have a hand lock on the knob and they lock the knob.
I don't know. They got locked out of a hotel. I've never seen that. Matt travels a lot for work. You've ever seen that?
Well, somebody locked our lock on our door at our apartment, which didn't work. They didn't know this at the time. So we now have drilled out the lock and we just have a hole to the hallway. You know, our apartment doesn't have a lock on it.
Like in the business, we call it a peeper.
Yeah, you could look in and see me. I don't know what you could see from that angle. Not much, but see me doing some fucked up shit though, I bet. With my sex dice,
hotel.
Locked door. Oh, why does it say locked door? This is the worst dice I've ever gotten. I can barely read it.
It was a great hotel. Matt had a great recommendation. They had a great bar. Like I said earlier, it was an amazing rooftop bar. A lot of times people will advertise rooftop bar. You go up there, it's not really anywhere to sit. You can't really see out. This was 360 degrees of the whole city. It was amazing. But I wanted to share a few other things with you guys. I want to share a story of amazing customer service and dog shit customer service. I'm going to give you the two opposite ends of the spectrum. So the first story is the great story. So one of probably the most fun things we did when we were in Charleston, we did a haunted tour, which was a carriage tour. So you get on, it's like a horse-drawn carriage. You get on with a couple other people. There's 4 rows, so you could probably fit anywhere from 8 to 16 people on this carriage. And they take you through the old historic Charleston, and they tell you ghost stories for an hour and a half, right?
Right.
And so we did a carriage tour earlier in the day where they do a history and they tell you all about the city. But we had so much fun during that, we're going to do the ghost story one. And so when we went earlier in the day, each of these rows of seats would probably fit 4 people.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry, Russell. So you went on 2 horse carriage rides in the same day?
2 in 2 days. 2 and 2, Rob. 2 and 2 if you talk to my buddy Chuck.
That's a lot of horse carriage rides. You guys are a horse carriage couple.
So the one was an hour tour where they walk you through, and it's like a history tour. And it's kind of like the hop on, hop off we talked about before, but it's perfect, just like that. But so we decided we're going to do the haunted one where they take you through by the graveyards. And Charleston is one of the 3 most haunted cities in the country, up behind Savannah and New Orleans. Wow. So we go and we get on. But part of what we did is when we were there earlier, we only had just the 2 of us in a row. So it's like the perfect seating for 2 people. If you got 4, especially people you don't want to sit with, that's not you don't want to do that, right? Like Rob, you and your wife and kids could do it, but you don't want to do it with strangers.
Would I like to sit on a horse-drawn carriage with strangers? Let me think about that, Russell. No, of course not. I can't even imagine a blanket that big that would cover all of us.
So one of the options, which I thought was really cool, when we did the evening tour, you could buy out the rest of your row for another $25.
Oh, then you can lie down.
And so I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing that. So I buy out the row.
Oh yeah, that's back in the marching band stuff. A lot of stuff going on.
So we get there. And it's probably 8:30 at night. There's only 4 people on our tour, another couple, and then me and the upstairs roommate. We get on the tour, we get on the bus. I don't even think anything of it. An elderly lady who works there comes up to me and she says, "Hey, you guys bought out the row, but it didn't sell out. So we're going to give you your money back. I'm going to give you $50 back because you guys didn't need to buy out the row." And I was like, this is the beauty of humanity, is it not?
Yes, that's outstanding.
The beauty. Yep.
What a dummy. Gave up $50. That's crazy.
Do you even capitalism, bro?
I would be suspicious because the ghost story they told was a guy went to a restaurant and the date never showed up. Ooh.
There were these dice, and he died because of the dice, right, Rob?
He got suffocated and a guy on top.
Oh, Aaron, that would be. Now I got to say this, Aaron. If I killed my wife by 69 on top, I would make up something else. I would make up a story. You have to.
Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah, that one's, you gotta
love it.
Have an
Listen,
alibi.
she died doing what she did not like.
So I wanted to share. So that was an amazing customer service story. I thought you guys would like. They just said, "Hey, we're going to give you your money."
That's fantastic.
I didn't even expect them to give you my money back.
Shout out the company so when we're in Charleston, we can get on the horseback ride.
It is Charleston Carriage Tours. They do carriage tours during the day and the evening. It was fantastic.
Now, Russell, can I ask you this?
Yes, sir.
Did you think twice when they gave you a blanket to put on? There's something about a shared blanket on a ride. I just get a little skeeved out by it. It's like
there were no blankets on this one.
Oh, well, how did?
Is that like you'd be bringing a black light to see what that blanket looks like?
Yeah. Everybody could just see what you guys were doing back there. That's crazy.
Aaron knows the way I think. He's bringing up a black light. Here is some horrible customer service tonight.
Okay.
Tonight. So we had planned to do one episode. Aaron had plans. Something went south. And then I said, I had plans. We couldn't start till like 10:30. I probably could have started a little bit earlier, but I wasn't in the right mental frame. I told you guys before I had gotten the upstairs roommate a few tickets for events for Christmas. And one of the events we got was for tonight. It was by Fever Up. We've talked about them before. They do the dinner in the dark. They do the concert, kind of like concerts, everything, right? Brian from Woodbury took his wife to, I believe, one of their events before.
East St. Paul. Sorry.
And so tonight we had a date scheduled. And it was called Neon Brush Paint in the Dark. It was at a brewery.
What?
And you would go and it would be like you're painting. It's in the dark, neon paints.
What?
Rob, black lights all over. So I've got to be prepared.
Oh, wow.
Right? Like,
you got
jeans got to go in the wash before we go. We can't have any.
You just go get new jeans. Just
brand new jeans and pants.
Rob, what would you do if you were going to Paint in the Dark event, neon black lights all over? What would you do?
I'd wear my oldest mesh shorts. Okay.
Rob's pulling the Umbros out of retirement.
Where's my black Adidas sweatpants? Perfect.
Russell, I went bowling with some of our listeners one time. I had no idea this whole black light. This is probably like college or right after kind of a thing. And like one whole leg just had it was like it spilt a whole beard on the leg or something.
Not good,
that.
Is it?
Oh no, but like I was like, what the fuck? And
you look
somebody
like a
told
monster.
me somebody's like, well, how do you do your laundry? And I'm like, I don't know, put the laundry in and put the soap on. They go, well, sometimes if you don't suds it up, I don't know, whatever the excuse was, but it was definitely like way down the leg. And I was like thoroughly embarrassed. So this is I
think two things. Number one, you should be using warm water. And number two, don't come into your washing machine. You know what I mean? Like that's rule number 2.
That's just weird.
Maybe 1A and 1B.
It's one of those things you learn, when you first live with your wife. You're
Put it somewhere else, right?
Okay. That's why Matt hates washing.
Right.
It is like the perfect height, though, isn't it, Rob?
Well, yeah, actually it is. Well, I was thinking about the dryer. I was like, that's crazy.
If you got a top load washer, I guess if you can.
Yep. Exactly. Practice for Valentine's Day.
So this is our big date night. I told you guys earlier we didn't go out because of the roads the other night on Valentine's Day. So tonight's our date night. I ordered us these tickets for this, Paint in the Dark event. I'm like, this is super fun.
Yeah.
Something different, right?
Yeah.
We get there 8:30. We walk into it's in a brewery. It's called 56 Brewery in Northeast Minneapolis.
Oh.
Walk in.
Oh.
Nice brewery. A lot of people. They've got like holiday lights up top. You're like, oh, this is a very nice place, right?
Right.
Go in. Walk into the dark room. Ladies come up to us. There is no 8:30 show. What? We show them our piece of paper saying 8:30. Right.
Now you can't see them because it is dark in the room.
Yes. Well, we can see them enough.
Oh, okay.
And they can see my pants enough. And so they say they changed the schedule of these events.
Oh. How are you
so they
supposed to
just
know
are
that?
manufactually going and saying there was no notice, no emails, no text, no nothing.
Yeah, that's some fuckery.
And there's probably 100 people in there like painting away.
That's the craziest thing I've heard yet.
So you can see people having fun. And we walk in and they're like, yeah, we canceled the 8:30 show. And we're like, we never got a notice. We got nothing. And they go, yeah. And so they start going into this matter of fact. Yeah, they scheduled the shows in December. People who bought show tickets in December, they changed the times and dates in January. And there was no like, we're sorry or anything. No. Is there anything where so literally the upstairs room at night Ubered 15 minutes to this brewery to go to the Paint in the Dark, and it wasn't happening.
That's crazy. Up. So what do you do then? You're not even a beer drinker. Like, so what then?
If it was me, big smiles. Leave. I love it when my wife's dates get destroyed and I get to go home.
I'm going to give the upstairs roommate props. Normally, the upstairs roommate. I shouldn't say rude would be the term.
No, don't think about what you're going to say, Russell. Just talk from your heart right now.
She would speak her mind about the results of it. And we got in there and we were both just so shocked.
Yeah.
Like you don't expect to go to an event and have them say, well, actually the event that you signed up for isn't happening. And it's not like they were like, oh, we're so sorry. We got to make this up to you. We're going to get you your money back right now. We're going to get you a gift card to the nothing. They're just like, oh, this is why it happened. We're like, I don't give a shit why it happened. We're here. And then you guys are like this. I go, oh yeah, I guess this was not a great holiday gift by me. So I put like the guilt on these people.
Did you get a free cookie or anything?
We didn't get shit. We didn't get shit, Eric. They gave us a little coupon that said like, here's the Fever Up customer service code, so you can scan it. They gave us a customer service thing. Talk to someone else.
Jeez.
Fever Up. You know what I got to say to you? Fuck you tonight. You fucking ruined my night.
Kiss my ass.
We went out of our way to go to one of your events. We show up. And for you to say, oh, we changed the times and didn't give you a notice.
That's straight
fuck
garbage.
Yourself. Fuck you.
Right in the basura.
I thought that was straight garbage. And Aaron, you're right. I don't drink a ton of beer anymore. And you know who doesn't drink beer? The upstairs roommate doesn't drink any beer. So now we're at a brewery that we drove. We Ubered, Aaron.
Yeah.
We had to pay
out of your way.
There. Yes. And I paid for Uber XL because I thought it would be more comfortable.
This is date night.
We get there. Probably $15-20 minute Uber ride. Get there. What are we gonna do? We're not beer drinkers. So we're sitting there. I ordered the Uber and I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to do. And so we're kind of just laughing about it. And like, well, I have to get a beer. We're not sitting in this damn brewery.
not getting a beer.
So I got some beer and pounded a beer in like 5 minutes. Then we got in the Uber and we came home. But I got to say this to Fever Up. You fucking ruined my holiday gift. You pieces of shit.
That's fucked up. They should have made it right.
So, So what, so 8:30, I'm just trying to put this together here.
Yeah.
8:30, you get there and they say no. Then you wait like 5 minutes.
It's probably 10. Yeah.
Okay. 10 minutes. And then, you get an Uber, maybe 5 minutes for there. So now we're up to 8:45.
Yeah.
And it takes 15 minutes to go. So 9 o'clock, you've been home.
I could have texted.
So Matt's trying to understand why we didn't start earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
A couple reasons. One.
Oh, no. We don't need it. We don't need to know. We didn't ask. That's fine. Okay. Whatever you and the upstairs roommate do in your time, that's okay.
Put away those dice. We're not.
Yeah. Put away those handcuffs.
So that was my night. The great side of customer service on one end in Charleston at the carriage tours, and the worst side with Fever Up. And the worst is I've got another Fever Up event. We're going to see a candlelight concert with Queen, starring Queen songs, coming up in a week. I kind of don't want to go. I'm upset about them screwing me over.
I'm upset too.
Matt, Roland, how's it going with you?
Good. It's we've been on for a while. So I got one thing on my list here, and we already talked about it. It says Kendrick wears Canadian tuxedo. I just wanted to talk about Kendrick is brilliant. Are we going to talk about the halftime show at some point, or is that next week?
You want me to play the voicemail right now? All right.
Sure. Play the voicemail quick.
Now we don't have any voicemail. So I just to let everybody know, please call in with the voicemails.
What's your review of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show?
Oh, now, first of all, can I stop you real quick? Listen to this in the background.
What's your review of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show?
Coughing child.
That is a coughing small child. Oh. So you know what?
Yeah.
This is a true fan who's got a kid at home, sick as hell. Sounds like it's young enough where it's really a pain in the ass. But what they really want to know, okay, they're not calling the pharmacy to get medicine for baby. Okay, what they really want to know is what we thought of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. What do you guys think?
I'll go first. Second best one ever. It was awesome.
And Britney Spears and Aerosmith.
No.
Love that one.
I think I'm going to go with Prince. Prince's show is pretty good.
Prince is number one for me, yeah.
People have said there's a couple other ones. So let's just say it's a top 3, top 4. But I thought it was awesome. I didn't know. Maybe I knew a third of the symbolism. And then you start reading things like, I didn't know that was Serena Williams. And then I'm like, oh, well, Serena Williams was dating Drake. So yeah, of course he's going to have Drake out. Oh, she's doing the Crip Walk. Okay, she's from Compton, all blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it was because when she was in Wimbledon and she did the Crip Walk after she won, she got lambasted for doing it on, the Holy Land of Wimbledon. So awesome. I mean, just unbelievable. The only thing they could have done better, the only thing, and you guys could tell me if I'm wrong here, they could have had one white dancer just to have a token.
Just have one out there.
To have one out there. That's about the only thing they could have done.
You should design halftime shows, man. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's my review. I loved it. I was hanging out with a bunch of old people who were thoroughly confused and couldn't understand anything. And then when the whole crowd yelled A minor and all that stuff, it was just awesome.
I absolutely loved Kendrick's halftime show. Matt said it all that could be said. If I could be selfish, if I could have my druthers, I would have loved to see more musicians out there with him. The dancing was great. Symbolism was great. I would have loved to see Kamasi Washington out there play saxophone and hear some stuff from Pimp a Butterfly. But that's me selfishly wanting to hear the tunes from my favorite Kendrick album. Go ahead, Matt.
I'll say one thing. The halftime shows have become, how many people can we get out there and how many, cameos and all of this stuff. And this was kind of there, and he had Mustard to come out. Mustard! Came out.
Mean Mr. Mustard. That guy?
I kind of like, because there was an actual thought to everything that went into that whole damn show. Right. And it wasn't just the star power. We're just going to sing some songs. It was an and I probably still don't know a quarter of the symbolism of stuff. I haven't dug in far enough or long enough to kind of really read if there's more. And there's probably some deep, dark Reddit pages or something that have the whole thing listed out. But it's unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
I was stoked to hear Luther too. Luther's my favorite track off of GNX. I was really happy to hear Luther. And SZA killed it.
I thought the biggest symbols were at the end where they hit him and they went, psh. Hello, is there a delay?
Is the delay again? Did we miss the
delay?
Well, I thought the delay was only when you're telling jokes, though.
Russell, did you watch the halftime show, Russell?
Hot take, guys. I was in Charleston. I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl.
Oh, probably good for you.
This culture on this guy. I love it.
It's kind of free to not give a shit about the Super Bowl. And we're just out. We're eating seafood in Charleston.
Yeah.
We're having
good
a blast.
but
I did watch the replay of the. We did watch the replay of the halftime show. Thought it was fantastic. I don't really get into this is the greatest ever. It's not the greatest. People, I feel like everyone's got to say that everything's got, and we do a ranking on this podcast, so I get it. But everything's it's got to be the greatest ever, the worst ever, and there's no in between, right? Can't it just be it is what it is? It's a story. He did a great job. It was super fun to watch, and there's so much symbolism to it. But I don't always think it's got to be it's number one or it's horrible. You know what I'm saying?
I'm usually with you, Russell, but I think this one, for whatever reason, hit me that much. Just the Bloods and the Crips coming together to make the American. I mean, just everything was just on point. It just felt like it was some sort of top level for me, top shelf.
So we watched it, and I had seen all the people saying, "Oh, they love it, they don't like it, whatever." So we watched 6 other ones on YouTube that night.
Oh, yes.
Right? We watched Prince, which was amazing. And the other interesting thing about Prince, if you go back and watch it, he's got 3 covers in that. He's got a Foo Fighters song. He's got a bunch of other ones. And we had to look up, why is he doing all the covers? And it was because he wants to be the father of rock and roll. You don't expect it when you go back and watch it. We watched the Michael Jackson one, which is a fucking trip. That is a wild,
where he starts way up on the sign and everybody's looking up there and then he jumps in.
And that's the one that supposedly started the modern halftime show, because there's something about the year before Michael Jackson, crazy thing.
The year before, they lost all their audience to, now this is how awesome this is, to In Living Color had a halftime show during that halftime, and they lost half the audience. They're like, shit, we got to put on a real show because of In Living Color.
So we watched the Michael Jackson one. The tough thing when you go back and watch the old ones, and I don't know how much this happens with Kendrick or the other ones we've seen in recent years, how much lip syncing, the Jackson one, he's clearly not singing at all, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But you watch it as
Prince was singing for sure.
Prince was singing. Michael Jackson is clearly not. And you're watching it, and it's a bonkers show. It's so wild. You watch it this is the biggest show you've ever seen in your life, the Jackson one. So we watched those 2. We went back and watched the Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick, Mary J. Blige, the one from
50 Cent hanging upside down. Yeah, that was cool.
It was so it was so good.
Fat 50 Cent hanging upside down.
Fat 50 Cent hanging upside down. We saw that. And then we watched a Bruce Springsteen one, and then we watched a couple other ones. But I think most of them are usually pretty good. Although I was reading in Minnesota when they hosted the Super Bowl a few years ago, it was like ice skating, Brian Boitano. I don't even remember.
I don't remember that.
But it was
Justin
supposedly
Timberlake,
horrible.
JT.
Here. Yeah.
One of our listeners was on the setup, pushing the stage out, pulling it back, hearing from Minneapolis.
But Rob, weren't you saying? I think I feel like you years ago you said like the Lady Gaga was the greatest one.
Oh, well, that's the one that we watch in the house. I would say once a month we still watch that.
So that means that for you guys it doesn't.
There's some personality types in this house where if they watch the same thing a lot, it kind of calms them down. So we throw on that. We throw on that video with Lady Gaga jumping in, and it was good. It was a banger. She was really good.
Yeah.
Now listen, my turn. Rolling, going. I'm just going to say something, and I want you to say the first word that comes to your mind. I want you to be honest with me.
God.
Shit.
Okay.
12-sided dice.
Jack off.
Now, my Christmas tree is still up.
Oh,
that's marvelous. I love it.
It's real. It's very real.
That isn't.
It's a real tree and it's still up.
Bastard.
It is
sick.
February
You can't do
15th.
that.
How come Nicole hasn't taken it down for you?
First
yet?
of all, that's a good question. Okay. And I'll have to ask her that next time I have my video game.
You
pause.
ask Nicole, why have you not taken down our tree yet, Nicole?
My kid had a Valentine's Day party yesterday, and her friends came over, and the tree was still up, and we're like, "Oh, it's a Valentine's Day tree," even though it still has all the. I mean, obviously,
is it decorated?
No, it's got all the Santa stuff on it, dude. We're not gonna. Russell, you think we're gonna take off our decorations and just leave the tree up? That's sick. No, our tree is still up.
That tree's probably been dead for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
It's a fire hazard.
Oh, way longer. It looks terrible, Russell.
I mean,
it's
it
like brown
was dead.
and limp.
Technically, it was dead when they cut it.
No,
brought it to the.
I mean, it looks like Ben Roethlisberger. It's like all sorts of. It's turning gray. It's drooping over.
I gotta ask this. How could 2 world champion powerlifters be so fucking lazy?
Listen. Okay, first of all, the building will come up and take the tree at any time. They'll put it in a big bag. They'll grab it. We can just tip the guys
maybe
$20.
not in February or March.
Well, some people in your house would tip the guys more than that.
That thought has come to my mind that
just
we're
tip.
past the tree bagging, so we might have to go the full year now. I don't know what's going to happen with this tree. The tree, honestly, is a good representation. It's just the symbolism of my life. I feel like a Christmas tree still up on February 15th. And this is not our record, by the way. We've had one go to March before. We told you this. I told you. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and we've got, you'll never guess where our Christmas cards are. They're in my wife's closet next to the Christmas cards from last year. The Christmas tree is still up. We're pathetic.
You've told me you've got like the stand where you just step on it and take it right out. It shouldn't even be hard to get it out of.
Not at all.
Jenny, she reached out and said, "Is this your address?" And I said, "No, it's one off." She goes, "Oh, good." And this was like at a normal time to send out.
No.
So she even like was checking in on addresses and has proper addresses for your cards. Okay.
Yep. No, we're busy. We're going out every night and we're painting in the dark. So we don't have a lot of time. We've been painting in the dark every night. They've been open and actually it's a blast. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life.
While you guys were not taking that tree down, you also you'd send us a text. You went to Jean George, which is like the #1 restaurant in the US.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta hear, how was Jean George?
It was a meal. I think it's the best meal I've ever had. The piece of duck I've had. Now, duck, I've never had duck and said, "Oh, that's good." No, I
bought you duck, I think at Spoon and Stable when you were in town, but that's okay.
Right, that's when Russell ordered one of each entree. He was prepared.
That duck I think about all the time, Russell. That's true. Okay. And this time in gym where a kid threw a ball at me. I think about that duck too. But I will say, don't you guys want to eat those ducks outside of a Chinese store? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, the ones hanging in the barbecue duck.
Oh, my God damn, that looks good.
It's smiling at me.
Oh, just put it in my mouth. Let's go. When they start the dinner, Russell, and I thought of you. You got to go with us sometime when you come out. They said, here's the bread. The whipped butter we flew in from France, from this town.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I thought of Russell right away when he said that. I was like, Russell would fucking love this shit.
Is it kind of the inverse? Is this why you don't tell Jenny how much you're winning on gambling? Because she would it would put her in a bad mood for the rest of the week.
Yeah. She would want to just go to nicer and nicer places, except for the last 5 years.
Speaking of, can I tell you guys a real quick story? I promise it won't be long. So I'm at my mom's. I'm helping her out with some stuff today, and helping her get her stuff ready for her taxes, like getting her pension or Social Security or retirement, all the stuff in the folder for her.
Oh, that illegal drug she's selling. You got to claim that cash.
So she's asking me, she's like, "Hey, can you get out my 2024 and 23 stuff? I want to make sure I'm not missing something that I had to give them previously."
Right.
Get it out and looking through it. I look. She's got a tax form in there for gambling winnings. She's got she's got a tax form for like $1,200 in gambling winnings. She must have to report like over $1,000, or I don't know what the limit is.
Okay.
so I'm like, I kind of start giving her a little shit. I'm like joking around about it. I start thumbing through. She's got another form. She claims the losses.
Oh, wow.
So she's got a form in there.
True
And
gambler.
it must be like if you've got like the card,
Yeah.
you must be able to like track it. And she had like a sheet that was provided by the local gambling establishment.
So she's like a member. She goes in, she's like, oh, I'll draw some chips on my account. Oh.
And so I was going through month by month and I was kind of joking and going, God dang, June and July of 24 were not good months for my mom, were they? And she was laughing about it. But yes, claiming the losses. I was like, good on you.
Yeah.
If you got to pay for the winnings, you got to claim the losses.
right?
Russell,
right?
would you want to see a form like that from your years in Vegas?
Oh my God. No. I'd rather have the dead tree in my house than see that form.
When I was reading about craps, the guy who wrote the book on craps I was reading was talking about how much better it is to get an account at the casino, because then you get the money for 6 weeks interest free. You don't have to pay it back. It's way better than using the ATM at the casino.
That's fucking smart. That's really fucking smart, guys. We should be doing the whole Vegas trip on credit.
Right.
I didn't even think about that.
And the numbers weren't extreme or anything like that. You know, it was a couple $100 here or there, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was
So
like,
we don't have to have we don't have to have an intervention. with
there
your
was
mom?
definitely not an intervention required. But when I saw the winnings, I was like, damn, I've never had to claim any.
What is her
winnings.
game? What is her? Is it the slots?
It's the
Or-
slots, man. It's the slots.
Wow.
So you must, if you win over a certain amount, you must have to claim it. Because I remember once at Mystic Lake, which is down, Matt, what would you say? It's off like, it's not 212.
169 and
169.
42,
Yeah.
right? No.
Kind of down by Shakopee.
You can take 42 over there if you want to take 42 west.
Yeah.
Off of 35.
Right.
But I
what you
remember
do for
Take like 13 to 42, and then you get
Aaron and I used to go to the casino
We did.
together when we were a little younger.
Yeah.
And I had a time once where I won.
Canterbury Road. That's what
I
it was.
won-
Canterbury Road.
I would say almost a couple grand
Whoa.
one night. And I cashed it out. And here's what I did. I went to 4 different things because I did not want to get the tax form.
Oh.
So I went to like one window and cashed in like 700. Another window 700. Another window 700. So I cashed them all out separately because I didn't want the form.
Wow.
So the moment you have the form, now you got to claim the losses, right?
Yeah, you got to.
That's true.
You got to do it right.
So
We did get a new tax guy, and Jenny was like, do we want to do any of your gambling stuff? And I was like, no. We don't.
No.
Then I would have to explain the complicatedness of that. I'd be like, this is actually kind of an LLC. Kind of.
to have to look someone in the eye and explain those numbers, like,
None of
you
this is
can't do
legal.
it.
No.
I'd be like, listen, it shows I've lost $5,000. But what if I told you that most of these bets involve 20 to 10 guys at any time? So actually, it's like I lost $50.
And that $12 was actually some Alfredo pizza that I got right outside of Harris.
Yeah. Listen,
I did enjoy that Alfredo pizza. It was good.
those of you on the text chain who heard Aaron say that he is reading a book about craps, don't think I didn't notice that. Okay, that's in my head. I am thinking about that, but this episode's too long. I cannot ask Aaron about what a book about craps says. Okay, what the chapter on the past line says. Now listen,
Because there's the pig vig and the fig vig, and sometimes it only pays on wins, sometimes it pays on wins and losses.
Part of me wonders if craps is going to be the end of our trip, because I think it's going to break our team in two.
It is.
There's going to be the craps team and the
true.
blackjack team. I feel like Matt's with me, but the craps team has been growing in the last couple of years.
That's fine, Russell. When they just crap out, and they'll be back with us. Don't worry.
I did worse at
Aaron and I
blackjack
are
than
over-
craps this time.
Yeah, Aaron and I are moisturizing our knuckles. Yeah, that's part of the thing is that you guys, first of all, you two, I just want to say that you two, Matt and Russell,
You too.
every time you guys can go play cards off by yourself, you always come back and you're like, I won like $800.
Yeah.
Every time I go with you, we get
$200
fucking
gone.
killed.
Yes, right.
We get fucking destroyed. And then I'm like, fuck. And then I leave when I come back and you're like, I'm up $600. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, how did I miss this?
It's
This
never
kinda
been
true.
me. Not once has it ever been
No.
me. And I'll have a
Yeah.
good time at like craps. I'll be like, I doubled $20 to $40. Aaron and I are out
Yep.
doing who knows what on this trip. Okay. And we come back and everybody's like, this is the best gambling night ever.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we took the over and it lost by a half point on a safety. Like it's unbelievable.
The thing I will give Rob, I got to give you credit on your gambling style though. You are the guy, you pull chips off the table when you can. So
I
like
do.
if you're
Yeah.
playing blackjack with Rob and he wins a couple hands, there's chips going in pockets
Mhm.
where most of us, I'm not a pocket guy. I'm not
I'm not a
pocketing
pocket
chips
guy at
during
all,
the
yeah.
thing. I'm leaving it out there. I got to show people, hey, this is what's up.
I just got to know what I'm at.
Rob pockets chips, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm kind of losing." He'll get up, and he's actually winning.
That's
It's
smart.
true.
That's just smart gambling.
That is a great way to stand there for 2 hours while your friends have fun and you stand behind them like a pathetic loser,
Until your feet
hoping
hurt.
that one of them will get you a vodka and Red Bull.
Pay to
that,
sit down.
You can drink. Yeah. And you're praying they get up because you realize you made a huge mistake by standing up so early. Just an absolute idiot. Now, Layla
Listen.
and other assorted love songs.
Brought to you by
Okay.
Kohl's Resort, home of the wife swap.
Oh, you get a free pair of sex dice when you show up. Okay.
It's the wife swappingest album we've heard yet.
Oh, this is the king of the wave swap.
The king.
Lick toes. Inflate doll. I don't like this.
22. Why do I got to do it 22 times?
It's just sex dice that I made.
they all say lick toes.
Yeah, they're all like
Every side.
turn on VCR, push play. What?
Take off my socks.
Oh my God, take off my socks. Take off socks would be a great sex dice. I'd be so happy. Oh my God. Now listen, I'm gonna edit this out, but I'm just gonna tell you, if I could bust while somebody was taking off my socks,
Oh, we gotta get past this.
I would feel
We
like
gotta
the
get
Buddha.
past this.
I would see the world moving. I would see the future and the past all at once. Last we saw Eric Clapton was in Cream. Okay. They broke up in 68. This album comes out in 70.
Cream
All right.
off the list, vetoed, right? That was the one. That was one of like
Yep,
5
that
albums
one's
that got
gone,
knocked
yeah.
off. The
No
list.
longer on the list.
It was
We
like
thought it was
72
because
or something. Yeah.
we thought it was because of Eric Clapton's questionable political views lately. Okay, we've totally forgot about
Not even
Eric and the
lately.
Dominos.
It's from the 70s, right?
And
Maybe the 80s.
Yes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit, but he was in like a million bands. One thing about Eric Clapton is if you read what bands he was in a million bands you'd never even heard of. So for example, Cream breaks up. He's out touring with Blind Faith.
Oh, Steve Winwood, right.
It's not the band Faith No More, but it is Steve Winwood and Ginger Baker, the drummer from
Oh,
Queen.
okay, right.
They don't have enough material on their tour, so they play Cream and Traffic songs, which is what Steve Winwood was in, Traffic. And so the crowd loves it. It bums out Clapton because he's like, is this what I'm doing? So instead, he starts hanging out with the opening band. This album, by the way, is a crazy story. He starts hanging out with the opening band, Delaney and Bonnie. Okay. This becomes his backup.
Do you want it all, but you can't have it?
Blind Faith.
Wow.
Sorry.
One,
Nailed
two.
it.
3, 4.
I was wondering if anybody heard the Blind Faith stuff. Ooh,
I heard
whoa,
it, Rob.
ooh.
I had to Google.
Yeah,
now listen.
that's in. Yep.
He tours, so they back him up on his Eric Clapton eponymous debut album, which, by the way, bombs. Okay? They tour Delaney and Bonnie, tours with him and friends with George Harrison, post-Beatles breakup. Okay? During this tour, Clapton becomes infatuated with Patty Boyd, who's George Harrison's wife, right? They live in this house. The band gets together. They jam all day. They get whatever drugs they want. They're just going crazy. And basically, it's a jam band with this opening band from the tour. They love it. And so they say, hey, we got to get out. We got to make an album. Okay, so what do? They go down to Miami and they all get hooked on heroin almost immediately. They're like, we went to Miami and we just started doing heroin like
Bad move.
crazy. Okay, they go out and they record a couple songs and then they see a guy named Duane Allman. God damn it. I said Duane Allman. They see Duane Allman and they say, you
Aaron,
got
can we
to
get more thoughts on your thoughts on the amount
Man,
of water
fuck
used
almonds.
for the
Like, we
production
need our
of these
salmon. They're
nuts?
killing the salmon crop around here. Like, let's be done with almonds. There's got to
saying
be
that.
other nuts we can have instead.
He always says that and I don't get it. And I don't want to
It's
ask
because
about
they
the salmon
divert the
crop.
water from the delta for the almonds, and then the salmon don't have a place to spawn. That we don't have fucking king salmon season for 3 years in a row.
Now
out
the
here.
president, the president opened up the spigot.
Yeah, okay.
So we're all
We're
set.
fine.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we're good.
Okay, price is coming down.
All
We're
right.
okay. They close the Delta. I recommend flying Southwest. All right, so here's the thing. Okay, Aaron, it's not funny. The salmon are dying. They release this album. Duane Allman is on all but three songs. You can hear his slide.
Wait,
guitar
Duane Allman is
ton
on
of
this album?
Oh, he's on almost every song.
No, he's on three.
I did
songs.
not.
No, it's all.
No.
I did not realize
all
that.
but
I was
three.
listening to this thinking,
Yeah.
like, I don't know if this is better than, or I don't know if the Allman Brothers is better than this. I mean, just spoiler alert for my ruling. Okay, now it makes
I was
sense.
listening to a couple of these songs and I was like, God damn, this sounds like the Allman
Yeah,
Brothers. I was like,
right.
this is crazy.
Play
And then I'm
Living
like, oh,
Post.
okay. Yeah. So then this album comes out, 1970, absolutely bombs. Nobody thinks Eric Clapton is a lead singer. Nobody thinks. It doesn't get big until Layla charts in 72, 2 years later. Meanwhile, in between, what happens? Clapton's idol, Jimi Hendrix, dies. 70. Duane Allman dies in a motorcycle crash in 71. Band breaks up. Who would have guessed? A bunch of guys going to Miami and doing heroin. Turns out they all hate each other. They break up. Clapton gets sober. He comes out, and this album is absolutely huge. So let's get into Layla and other assorted love songs. I looked away. Way too soft for an opener.
Speaking of assorted, not love songs, but I got the upstairs roommate assorted Sherry's berries, chocolate covered strawberries.
Yes.
Wow.
What is the appropriate amount of chocolate covered strawberries to get your special someone on Valentine's Day? Is it 6, 12, or 24?
Ooh, you didn't say the option that I was hoping that I would have.
0?
Yeah, I was going to say 0. 0.0.
How do we know how do we know the guy that's not married on this podcast? Because he's asking how many chocolate chip strawberries do you get for your significant other?
If I bought my wife something with chocolate in it to eat, she would be so fucking pissed at me. She'd be like, I've got to make weight in May.
I got my wife a card. You know what I got for Valentine's Day?
Oh yeah, man.
Jack shit.
Oh,
jack shit. And I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Worst adult holidays. Top 3 worst adult holidays.
Right.
Second runner-up, Halloween. Sucks.
Oh, what?
First runner-up.
That's fucking crazy. Okay.
First runner-up, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
And the worst holiday for adults ever, New Year's Eve.
I knew you were gonna fucking say it. You know I love fucking New Year's. You know I love that. Valentine's Day does suck balls though. Yeah. You know, my wife and I actually we went for a date on Valentine's.
Oh, let's hear about your date.
Well, it was after we were at the gym. We went to a sushi place and we were hoping it was open because we hadn't planned it.
Oh, brother. Blah.
Yeah, brother.
I had to leave the dinner before the bill came because I had planned a massage at 6:30 and I had to go. Oh, my bad. Not a couple's massage, bizarre. Just a Rob massage. Okay.
Oh, God.
And that's not what you get at robmassage.com, which is a totally separate thing I did when I was in college. Don't look at it. All right. Russell, I would say 12, I think, is too many. Well, but no, 6 isn't enough because 6, you're going to eat 3. She's going to eat 3.
Rob, the correct answer is 12.
Yes.
12 is the correct answer.
Love it.
And then down to 10 after you put 2 on your nipples in your whipped cream outfit. So...
We might need to pause this for a few minutes.
Maybe throw it in the belly button too. Why not?
Now, next up, Bell Bottom Blues. Russell, did she like the Sherry's Berries?
They're always a hit in this house.
This is how I know I'm a simple person. This was always my favorite song on the Clapton Greatest Hits CD.
I was going to say.
That's crazy.
I have an announcement to make.
Uh-oh.
We have a new entrance on the Matt's Top 100 albums. The songs
right?
of all time.
No! I had another song I was going to predict that was Matt's perfect song that was not Layla. Matt, talk.
This is it. This is it. So I got to remove a song, guys, from the list, and I've cut it down to 2 to keep my list at 100 because this is going on.
Perfect song, Matt. Matt, you keep a list of perfect songs.
Yes. And so Shut Your Eyes by Snow Patrol. This is such a good song. I can listen to this song.
Yeah.
Or Just Breathe by Pearl Jam. Which one gets axed?
How many other Pearl Jam songs?
That's probably one of 8 now. I've been paring it back.
You can axe a Pearl Jam song.
Yep, I think so too. So Just Breathe, gone.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Now, this song, of course, is about Clapton's unrequited love for Patty Boyd.
That's Harrison's wife, Rob?
It's going to be a thing
for
our listeners.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about her on Layla, but I just want to ask you guys this. Oh, by the way, Clapton did all the guitar parts on this, man. He's playing guitar multiple layers on this, which is kind of cool.
I think he does a lot of that, doesn't he?
What kind of jeans are you guys wearing? Like when you go buy some jeans, what are you thinking? Are you
athletic fit travel pants that they're like very stretchy now?
Aaron, do you not have any jeans?
I do, but I hate them. I wear them in the garden and they're so tight and I can't stand it. So I switched to corduroys.
Wait a minute, I got to turn my video off. Aaron gardening in tight jeans.
Hey, Rob, are we doing the tubing again?
Yeah, where I jack off thinking about Aaron gardening in tight jeans. Oh, Russell turned off his video. It says taking a jack break.
Oh, sorry.
Aaron, have you not tried some of the new ones? I mean, they get expensive, but they're essentially like wearing sweatpants.
I'm not.
Some of these jeans.
Oh, man,
they're pretty good.
What do you got recommended for jeans, man?
I mean, I'm not a big jeans guy either, but the Banana Republic of all places usually has deep discount jeans for $30 or $40 kind of thing. And so whenever they go on deep discount, I always buy.
I love a deep discount. I would love a pair of jeans. I can't find any that are comfy.
I wear size 65. I'm a big
Only in the
jeans
crotch.
guy. Oh, Bye Bye Bungalow.
Oh,
Now, you know that I love finding fun covers. This cover is insane to me. It's Cher.
Whoa.
Listen to the vocal choices she makes on this song 5 years later.
Never
75.
talked about her, have we?
No.
Maybe once.
oh my God.
It's so crazy.
She's singing in the
That is
same register.
awesome.
That's the same key.
I'm going to add this to my 100 song list. Wow.
Holy fucking shit.
This is better.
This rules.
I do not like this at all.
Why?
Listen to the music. I mean, even listen to
It's a little.
the music in the
production's
background.
kinda
It sounds
tinny.
like a cover band.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Ooh.
Cher's voice is great if you love Cher's voice because she's never
Right.
changed it. Every song, she's doing all those. Sounds like she's chewing on something. Keep on growing.
All right, we got to talk. This album this slays. I know people might not like Eric
This
Clapton.
is
a
an
killer.
unbelievable album.
Yeah.
Yeah, this music is so good. It's problematic. It's very good music. It's very problematic how good this music is to me.
The musicality off the charts.
Hey, hot take. This is better than Beatles albums in the top 30.
This is where the podcast came from in the first place.
And this is
I'd rather listen to this than a lot of stuff.
Russell, I want you to look me in my fucking eyes and you say that to me when we played the last song on this album. When we played no. When we played the last song, you're going to say that same sentence again.
Let's play the last song on Abbey Road then too.
Okay?
Now
Get ready.
it's time to say goodnight.
Nobody knows you when you're down and out. This, of course, I knew from his acoustic.
Yeah, same.
Eric Clapton, I really know better from his acoustic. What's Unplugged
MTV
album,
Unplugged
which I
was
think is so
huge.
good. Russell, if you like this, you should listen to Clapton's Unplugged album.
I disagree,
Love it.
actually. I don't know. I think that has not
Really?
aged well. I don't want to hear it.
Maybe I gotta go back and listen to it.
Kind of like listening to Sarah
Sorry,
McLachlan.
Rob. I don't mean to. I know that doesn't hit you well, and I disagree. I apologize.
You guys were talking about Clapton, and you know, I think we remember from Unplugged, right? We remember it for some of those songs,
His
like in
kid
the
fell
early
out of the
90s.
window and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, God. I was trying not to say it.
Why am I laughing?
Matt, you want to do your whole bit on this, or are you
Oh,
going
God.
to abbreviate this comedy?
No, not doing the bit on it. It's very sad.
So I was looking though.
And they'd always fucking mention it when the song would come out. I'm trying to make out with a chick in the car. I don't need to hear why this song came up.
So Eric Clapton,
That's too bad.
he won Best Male Rock Vocal Performance in 1991 for Bad Love, 1993 for Unplugged. He was nominated again in 1997. Rob, I think I gave you one of Eric Clapton's songs if you want to play that.
Yes.
This is where he gets nominated for 97 Best Male Rock Vocal Performance.
Is this the BB King album?
This album? This one?
I don't really remember Clapton from late 90s. I don't know if you guys do, but he was nominated Best Male.
I just remember the album he did with BB King, Riding the King. I don't remember this at all.
Well, I think you may remember who he lost to in Best Male Rock Vocal Performance in 97. It was Beck.
Wow.
Where it's at. Beck beat Eric Clapton for the Grammy.
Yes.
The habitation to the town.
I got to ask you, when it comes to 1997 Best Male Rock Vocal Performance, who did it better than Eric Clapton?
Turntables and a microphone.
Oh, I might have to save that one as a sound effect, Russell. Do you hear how good that sounded with my sick voice?
Clap
Here's an
your
interesting thing.
hands.
Here's the other nominations for that year. Bryan Adams, The Only Thing That Looks Good on Me Is You. I don't know that at
Yes.
all.
Oh, that. I remember that. Only thing that looks good
Is
on
you.
me. Russell. I remember this song. This is a classic banger. This was because everybody was so excited for Bryan Adams' next song after the Robin Hood. And then he came out with this, and everybody's like, oh, this sucks nuts. Like, this is so bad. The video's bad.
The other nominations
Song
were
blows.
Bruce Springsteen, Dead Man Walking.
Yeah.
Wait.
And the other one was John Hyatt, Cry Love.
Whoa.
I love John Hyatt. No wonder
Like-
Beck won.
Like,
These
no wonder
songs suck.
Beck won. Beck
What the
whoops
hell
the
song
camel's
is that?
ass. The llama's
sure.
ass when it comes to these guys, right?
John Hyatt, Cry Love. What is this shit?
like if someone were like your kids coming to you one day, Aaron or Matt, Rob, and they say these were this when you were 17, this was the biggest song. You're like, what are you talking about?
No idea.
This is a great song, by the way.
It's a great song, but if you're back where it's at, you got it that year, you got to be like, fuck yeah, this is great. I'm gonna win this shit, no problem.
Is this the guy who sang "Have a Little Faith"? Is that why I know his voice? We don't have to take a detour.
I think so, John.
Aaron, the whole episode has been.
It's been a long, strange trip.
John Hyatt, Have a Little Faith in Me. Aaron, you're so good.
That's a great song.
It is a good song.
Look at how sweaty he is in this video.
This is back.
That's as sweaty as any rock star in the history of music.
This is back when singers could be ugly as shit. This guy looks like Skeletor with bad hair.
This guy, Bruce Hornsby.
Oh, yes.
He is pulling such high
Steve
class
Winwood. All these guys. Just.
Yeah.
Looks like he's wearing Levi's there, Rob. You can see the patch on his jeans.
Yeah, that's true. What size is he? Oh my God, he's a big jeans guy. He's 65. I didn't realize that. John Hyatt, big jean guy. Yeah. All right.
I'm a big jean guy.
Now, I will say this, guys. I will say this. First of all, you can hear that this album, like you can hear a lot of it comes on jams. For this song, I just wrote, "This sucks my balls." I did not care for this as much as you guys did. There's songs like this on here.
There's some shit on here. Yeah, there's some stuff on here that's skippable for sure.
Maybe I listened to too much 12-bar blues growing up, but I'm just not as impressed by
I like it, Rob.
12-bar blues anymore.
Get him, Rob. Get him.
To me, I'm just like, I don't know. And then
he's doing blues karaoke. Do it.
But listen to this song. You're going to listen to this song? What is going on here? This doesn't need to be a double album. I will say this. You tighten this to a single album, so good.
Yeah, the Thorn Tree song, like the John Denver type song, that one sucks.
And now I won't be negative anymore. Any day.
So this next one, this one is the one I was going to claim this is my perfect one, Matt.
This is a good one.
This is what I thought you were going to say. I listened to this 5 times in a row on the drive home from work the other night. This song wails. This is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen to Duane Allman back there, though. Just crushing it. I mean, okay. This is good. This is good.
Right? It's hard to resist this shit.
When it hits, it hits.
Doesn't this feel a little Beatles to you guys?
Nope.
Or no? No?
Not at all.
Why do you say Beatles, Russell? Why do you say that? I'm
rewind
curious.
a little bit and hear that it sounds like McCartney singing to me.
That right there.
Yeah, that sounds like McCartney. That's true.
That sounds like McCartney to me.
That sounds like him from Oh Darling.
That right here.
It also sounds like who's the guy? Joe Crocker. I mean, it sounds like a lot of people.
Yes,
you know what I mean? So
that's good. Yeah. Russell's Paul McCartney impression is unmatched. That we just heard. It was crazy. That was a crazy impression. I'm gonna pull it and play it again right now. Wait, let me kill the music. I'm gonna play that impression again right now. Oof, so good. Next up, Key to the Highway. This is an old blues standard. Okay, but get this, Russell.
Life is a highway.
Now that song fucking rocks. And by the way, super hard to do at karaoke. Speaking of karaoke, can I tell you this, Russell? They heard the song Sam Samudio in the Duane and Eric are sitting there playing guitar. They hear Sam Samudio playing this in the recording studio next door. They start playing it, and the engineer goes, shit, push record, which is why it starts halfway through. They never recorded the beginning. Now, Russell, Sam Samudio. Have you ever heard that name before?
No.
Well, Russell, it turns out Sam Samudio had a self-named band, or he actually had a fake name. He was part of the Pharaohs as Sam the Sham.
No.
Who, of course, sang
Wooly
Bully.
Wow. Wooly Bully.
Allman. Eric Clapton and Duane Allman are next to the guy who did Wooly Bully, and they hear something he does, he goes, fuck, we got to record this right now. Like, what if it was Wooly Bully? And they're like, shit, we got to record Wooly Bully. Crazy.
Slays.
Sam the Sham. Tell the truth.
You're talking about Duane Allman.
Yes.
We did Whipping Post, play Whipping Post. We did that once before, right?
Yes.
And so I was reading a little bit because Duane Allman is like a killer slide guitar player with a ton of artists. It's not just the Allman Brothers.
He was part of the
what
was that?
Swampers.
Yeah, Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals. So I thought we could do a list of Duane Allman's greatest guitar riffs outside of the Allman Brothers. Is that fair?
Yeah. Russell. I've never looked so forward to a list in my life.
And all these songs, I believe, fall within the years 1969, Rob,
Nice.
and 1970. So all these come within like a 2-year period.
Wow.
Well, he died, so
Yeah,
There's nothing happening.
See?
still, to be alive in 1969, how sweet.
So the first song, this is Boz Scaggs' "Loan Me a Dime" from 1969. Check this out.
Listen, Russell. It's June 9th, 1969. You know what you're doing that night.
Guys, are we going to make it to 2069? It's going to be tight. It's going to be close.
Oh, on June 9th, 2069?
Oh, I'm going to call you guys.
I'm going to be 69 and in space. We're just going to be spinning around. Oh, my God. 69 in space? I didn't even think about that.
So Allman had been playing outside of the Muscle Shoals group for a while, and then they persuade him to come back, play with Boz Scaggs on this. We've talked about this before. His guitar sounds like it's talking to you,
Yeah, it does.
doesn't it?
Take me to your muff eater. That's what an alien would say if it saw you doing that.
On June 9th.
Next song on the list. We've talked about this one before. This was one of the original records that is up by my player. I got this from my mom's house. It's from Push Push. It's Herbie Mann. The song is What
yes.
I'd Say.
Oh, wow. I saw the cover of this, Russell, when you emailed it to me, and I was like, God damn, Herbie Mann still got
Show
it.
these guys the cover again of this.
Herbie Mann.
See that chest
Push. And of course, Herbie Mann, classical from our early episodes.
Look at the chest hair and stuff. Like,
Oh
look
my
at that
God,
guy.
I mean, this guy, if you look at this album cover,
I have the album.
I mean,
upstairs.
it's
I got the album too. Somewhere.
to be a guy in the 70s and be sexy, it was not hard. Do you have a face and a hairline? Okay, doesn't matter what it is. Do you have any sort of body hair? Yeah. You don't care about what your body looks like. I mean, Herbie Mann, has he ever worked out a day in his life? Look at this guy. He's played the flute and made love to exotic women from around the world. I guarantee this guy has made love to women that don't speak English. You know that's true. You know that's true.
Yes.
Sign of a true cock.
Listen to him. Listen to him play that flute. They want to know. They want to know how that
Listening.
tongue works.
Can you imagine?
Eric.
You're spinning around in space with Herbie Mann?
Oh.
With that embouchure? Embouchure to come.
Next song on the list. This is Johnny Jenkins. I Walk on Gilded Splinters. Check this
I
out.
walk on gilded splinters.
If I die and that's the last thing I say, Aaron, well worth it.
100%.
Oh, what is this, Russell? I like this.
Johnny Jenkins?
It's 1970 again.
Who's Johnny Jenkins?
Playing with Johnny Jenkins. And Johnny Jenkins said, my brother played his ass off in this. His dobro work on this song was just flat out evil.
Yeah.
Is that any
That's
better,
so
any better way
bad.
to put it, right?
God, if my sister had to admit that like one of my podcast episodes was so fucking funny, that would be so
Flat out
satisfying.
evil.
Oh, I'd put that in my Wikipedia page that I'm going to make.
All right, next song on the list. I don't know if we've ever talked about him before, maybe once or twice on a list. It's King Curtis. The
Yes.
song is The Wait.
Is this from Live at the Fillmore?
I'm not sure.
We have to have talked about King Curtis, right? Didn't he play on some Aretha albums?
I think once.
Yeah, he played on an Aretha album. Oh,
Did he
there
die
we
of
go.
a heart attack?
I think so.
Then I know we've talked about him. That's unfortunate that I know how he died. That's what it is.
So this song is famous. It's kind of got King Curtis on the horns going back and forth with Allman
Oh,
on the
yeah.
guitar.
You hear that?
And here's the wildest thing about that.
Yeah.
Wildest thing about this, 1969, he plays The Way with King Curtis. He comes back in 1970 and does the same damn song with Aretha.
Yeah.
Play the Aretha version, Rob.
Wow.
There's the same damn opening.
Yeah. Why not? If it worked once, it works again.
God damn.
This guy's a killer. This is
Yeah.
awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a banger.
Back-to-back years to play the same song. Like, we've got a whole other Trisha Yearwood thing going on,
This
don't
is
we?
Yeah.
crazy. God, this is good. What's this other timestamp you gave me for this, Russell? Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Oh, just a little more Aretha.
Damn.
And there's this guitar back there just singing to you, isn't it?
I did have to look it up. I
Crazy.
want to correct the record. King Curtis, we did Memphis Soul Stew. and he did not have a heart attack. He was stabbed.
Oh, that's right. Outside of the brownstone.
And The Wait was written by the band, and we lost our very last member of the band. There's no longer a member
really?
of the band. Like a couple weeks
What
ago.
happened, Matt?
He died. There's no more members.
Not important how celebrities die, guys.
Right. He's old. Simmons
Matt,
is old.
What band was that?
The band.
Who? Oh,
Sorry.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I stepped on your joke.
Wait, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Not a band. Yes.
Last song on the list is from 1969. We've been talking, I mentioned the Beatles earlier, but this is Wilson Pickett, Hey Jude. Check out the guitar at the end.
Oh! Shout out to my new nephew.
His name's Wilson?
Yeah. Wilson!
It's a banger.
This is fast. He's ripping it.
So the most interesting thing about this is Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton hears this. He hears this song in 1969. He's like, who is that guitar player? So he reaches out to Atlantic Records to say, who is the guy playing the guitar at the end of the Wilson Pickett song? And that's how he gets connected with Duane Allman. And so he said, to this day, I've never heard a better rock guitar playing on an R&B record than Duane Allman. It's the best. If that's coming from Eric Clapton, you might not like the guy, but if he's giving you props on your guitar, you got to take that.
That's the sound he was going
I thought that was
for.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be getting a call as a guitar player from Eric Clapton would be like if I was at work and they're like, Rob, there's a Big Balls McGee on the line for you. I'd be like, wow. One of the greatest honors. Matt?
I was going to wait for it, but I was going to say, you brought it up, Russell, that whether you like Eric Clapton or not, if we're going to get into some of these songs now, we've already heard a few. If this guy is going after one of his best friend's wives this hard, you just know he's a dick. I mean, that's like the biggest thing right there. But even before he gets into all the political stuff and, whatever else. But the amount of many songs that this guy has going after his buddy's wife is just pathetic. But they're great songs.
It's bizarre.
It's unbelievably bizarre, but it's also pathetic.
Now, I would say, if it turned out he was on a text chain with some of the wives and then they started texting on the side, that would be okay. I mean, maybe that happens, and that's fine.
Rob did also make a comment about how he thought Aaron's wife making the Sex the Matumbo joke was very attractive.
I can't say no to that. If my wife said that, I'd be like, oof.
Let me make you some lunch.
Gotta go jack off into the toilet. Why does love got to be so sad?
Oh, gosh.
That's when you know it's medical. You don't even like it.
Wow.
This is very Cream to me. This sounds a lot like Cream.
Okay, yeah.
Next up, we got a song originally by Billy Miles, Have You Ever Loved a Woman?
Oh, yeah. And I think I want to say out loud what I think is despicable about Clapton, while I also laud how great this music is. He was openly racist about people of color while outright using their music to become a star, and how he could how he could say the things he said about keeping England white on one hand, and then play this music and take from this culture and not be able to get back to it is deplorable. So that said, I think it's important to acknowledge why we also listen to him rip on the guitar.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's good at his craft. He's good at his craft.
Some of us, you will notice, celebrated Duane Allman on this record.
Yes.
A list about him instead.
I like it, Russell.
Little Wing. Now, of course, this was a Hendrix song. Put on the album as a tribute because Hendrix had already died. This was released on the B-side of Bell Bottom Jeans, I believe.
Yep.
This song actually won a Grammy for Stevie Ray Vaughan's album in 93. Did you realize his big album in 93 was a posthumous album? He had already passed away in that. I don't want to even tell you how he passed away.
I thought he died.
He
in
had
the
passed
80s.
away.
I didn't know he had an album come out in the 90s.
Yeah. His big album was out
Sweet Little
after
Thing and all that stuff on it?
posthumous album.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hot take. I don't think I know any Stevie Ray Vaughan songs. I know, is it Texas Flood or is like the famous one, or like if you played it for me, I wouldn't know any of his songs. Would you guys?
Oh, I think you would know
Old Shot.
at least a handful of them.
Can I say I used to run with a guy who all he listened to was Stevie Ray Vaughan all the time. I know all these songs. Like Pride and Joy.
Oh,
you would know. I mean, this is
Rob, when you say run, was like that like running or like you hang out at Perkins?
we were in a band together.
Oh, like running, like ripping and running. Like
So he would play all these songs.
Oh, yeah, I do know this.
He would play these songs and I would be on bass like, I can't play any of this shit. Next up, It's Too Late. Oh, I wrote I hate this next to this one.
Are you going to play
play here while I read this?
All right.
On Monday, August 27th, 1990 at 12:50 a.m., Vaughn and members of Eric Clapton's touring entourage played an all-star encore jam session at Alpine Valley in East Troy, Wisconsin. I saw Pearl Jam there. They then left for Midway International Airport in Chicago in a Bell 206B helicopter.
Oh, it was a
On
helicopter.
the way for them to exit.
Ooh.
Wow.
Only one row. The helicopter crashed into a nearby ski hill shortly after. So,
Wow.
yeah, with Eric Clapton's touring band.
Crazy.
This was an Otis Redding song, right? I don't know if Otis wrote it, but he recorded it first. And then Kanye sampled it. Speaking of deplorable people. Wow.
The big boy on this album, Layla. The song, of course, was inspired by her secret love for Patty Boyd. Now listen to this. After this album, George Harrison and Boyd divorced. Clapton and Boyd, Russell, you realize they got married? They actually married. He married the girl he sang songs about, Russell. This is the exact opposite of your mixed
They could
CD
have
situation.
honeymooned at Cole's Resort.
Wow.
And was Harrison good with it? What happened?
Harrison was not bitter about the divorce. He attended Clapton's wedding with Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney. Now, I got to say, guys, me attending my wife's next wedding, pretty erotic, I got to say. Because it's one of those times where you just know. You know what I mean? We talk about couples knowing when couples have sex. That's one of those nights.
This is up there with "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash" for like phrases I remember from a live show where he says, "See if you can spot this one," and then he plays it and the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah.
Like I listened to that Unplugged album so many times.
Tons. Russell, another song about Patty Boyd, "Wonderful Tonight," he wrote.
Oh,
Then, after he writes this song, he goes back to the album. He hears Jim Gordon playing a piano piece. And it was actually written by Jim Jordan's girlfriend who never got credit for it. And that's why the song has what I call the world's shittiest ending, where it's just a piano thing playing into oblivion. Nobody likes that part. Nobody
love that part. And there's one reason I really love it is because of Goodfellas, and they play it at the end of Goodfellas, and there's that piano part plays right into it. It's awesome at the end of Goodfellas.
I was looking, because we've talked about this before, and I
love this.
Trying to think because we've talked about a list maybe once where it's like two songs in one or something like that. I was like, is that on this one? I was looking. It wasn't. We talked about this song once before on the Sex Pistols.
Wow.
Never mind the Bollocks.
Wow.
And that was on a list about the best songs ever where the artist or band only had one album.
That's a good list,
Derek
Russell.
and the Dominos.
Yeah. Russell, who else is on that list?
Layla was number one.
Yeah.
We had Jeff Buckley, Hallelujah, right?
Wow. Good call.
He died.
The Laws, There She Goes.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Mad Villain.
Oh yes.
Meat Grinder.
Yeah. Tripping off the meat grinder.
And then the last one, Matt, it was Temple of the Dog. Hunger Strike
go.
was the last song, the killer song.
Russell, we always think we're still figuring out this podcast thing. It turns out we've been turning out fucking gold for years. We know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah, coming up on 5 years this summer.
Speaking of that episode, Rob, if you want some notes,
Yeah, please.
the greatest hits, we did have a greatest hits on the Sex Pistols episode. It was Rob comparing sex to a Peloton ride.
Yeah. Because I'm real close to the camera. I'm getting sweaty. I'm in your face. I'm trying to turn down the resistance, but it keeps going up.
Yes. And then you also had a parody song about feet make Aaron cream, if you do remember that one.
Wow.
Not his only
That's,
parody song about Aaron and feet.
Yeah, but instead of feet make Aaron cream, I remember that's how it started. What a great song.
Also, we had a Bex caller that is annoyed that Aaron is patronizing over some Elliot Whitmore guy. I don't remember that.
Oh, wow.
No
Yeah, he's
idea.
the one who wrote Black Eye with Dirt.
We always talk about him. Russell, looking at Matt, we've got to conclude this. Russell, say what you said
Matt wants
about,
you to
I'm going
land
to
the
play the
plane.
last song, Thorn Tree in the Garden, and you say what you said about the Beatles.
What's going on?
Oh, what the fuck? I talked about this. This is the last song you say your shit about the Beatles that you were going to say.
Some of these songs are better than Beatles songs.
Listen to this shit. What is this shit? Why did they put it on
I'm
the
so
album?
confused. Yeah, I don't know. This feels like a favor to somebody, right?
But then I figured it out, Aaron. I did a little investigating. I went into my mind palace, and I remembered, where else have I heard the worst closing song on an album of all time? Because this is terrible.
Yeah.
Right? This is awful. Like this shouldn't be on the album. This sounds like it's on that Love album we did. This is awful. Do you remember the closing song on Disraeli Gears by Cream? Mother's Lament, which makes
yeah.
Thorn Tree in the Garden looks like God's gift to earth.
Wow.
'Cause
That's
this
a great callback. Yeah, great callback.
If this was a sex dice, it would say lick nuts, because this song licks my nuts.
But isn't that a Beatles ending? It's the same thing.
No, stop. Don't say that. This is not the Beatles. Listen to this. This is terrible.
It's like God Bless the Queen or whatever they put at the end of that one.
This is crazy.
That was
Russell.
Who did that?
It turns out, first of all, that was a good song. Turns out Eric Clapton just sucks at putting last songs on his album.
It's his
That is
thing.
a thing he does.
How do you not finish with Layla at the end? That's
Absolutely.
like
Why
It's
play
crazy.
anything after Layla? Yeah.
Especially with that piano outro.
It's the titular track. Just finish with the just hang out on the titular track at the end.
You know what I just realized? I went back in my mind palace and I realized we're kind of the opposite of Eric Clapton, because our strongest parts of our shows are always the end.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't realize it for some reason. They don't seem to mention the parts at the end. They don't talk about the parts at the end or say what happened at the parts at the end. They're always the strongest parts. Now, right now, we're all going to put our hands up to our cameras and we're going to promise to make this the strongest part of the show.
I was looking at, actually maybe the strongest show I've ever had might have been the Sex Pistols. Check out these two back-to-back
Yes.
Russ moments.
Got to hear it.
Sid Vicious versus Big Sid Vicious.
We
And
got so much
the
mail
first
about that.
ever entry of Beck Mongolian Chop Squad on Sex Pistols. That is the Russ episode. Like, that's my Grammy nomination.
It's crazy that almost every episode we pull up has some huge transcendent moment for the show, and we had no idea at the time. Absolutely no idea. Like, if you went back and listened to the first I'm a big fan, you'd be like, what? This is stupid.
We didn't know what we were launching at the time.
Yeah. Listen, unfortunately, we don't care about the music. Okay? We don't care about that. We care about the list. And of course, right now, Derek and the Dominos with their only album ever. Okay? Layla and Assorted Love Songs. By the way, what do we think of that title? Layla and Assorted Love Songs.
Great.
Kind of a fun one, I got to admit.
Also, the cover is kind of an epic cover to an album, is it not?
Yeah.
It's very colorful, or I don't know what about it. Something about it is, it feels big.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a Dali painting or something. It's kind of crazy. Do we think this album should be at 220? And Aaron, don't be so fucking surprised that I said Salvador Dali at the end of this podcast, okay? I know lots of artists, and we've talked about this before. Van Gogh. We're up to album 226.
Caravaggio.
Oh, the sculptor. See, now you're going sculptors, Aaron. That's crazy to me. Up to 226. Okay. Oh, Duchamp. Oh, I'm sorry, Russell.
Yes.
You don't think a urinal in a museum is art? Well, guess what? That's the whole fucking point. Oh, is this snow shovel art? Okay, brilliant. 226. Okay. Does this belong at 226? If it does, it is a rolling, well-toned. Okay. This is a perfect place to have Eric Clapton on the list for the first time somehow. Okay. Even though we've already seen all the bits from the earlier show. This should be lower on the list, therefore a higher number. And we are going to get to it in the future. Okay. Now, what will the future entail? Okay. Will Mind Palace become a running bit that we do for the next 100 episodes? Who knows? 69 in space? That could be there too. We're all thinking it. And that's where we're going to see this album. If you thought this was a rolling groan, you did not like it. We're just going to hit one little groan here. Okay, still have to go back and find that Aaron one. Or do you love this album? Listen, Matt loves it. And Matt's a really smart guy. This has a perfect song that's on this. All right. So this definitely should be higher up on the list. It got rolling boned. Okay? This is when you open up your Sherry's Berries and there's only 7. What, 7? How can I even split that? Why would you make 7? Why would you send me 7? That's an insane number of berries to send.
This is happening more and more at restaurants you go to where they bring out like 3 servings of
mozzarella
like an appetizer.
sticks.
Why the fuck would they ever put an odd number? It's so ridiculous.
What do they think we're doing here?
Yes.
You know you're causing problems. They're doing this as a joke.
They're
Russell.
bringing everything out in Fibonacci sequence.
That's a great point.
Oh, the pleasure principle's loving that one.
Wow. No squares. Now,
Except 7's not in the Fibonacci sequence. It's
Oh my
5
God.
then to 8.
Don't get me
never
started.
Mind. Sorry.
okay, put another Fibonacci on my
1, 2,
bedpost.
3, 5, 8, 13. Yeah, sorry.
I'm going to put a Fibonacci on my bedpost and make it go around every. Okay, never mind. Now, and that was a good Fibonacci sequence joke for everybody out there.
This is a prime number, though, so maybe it's all primes. I don't know.
Fibonacci, not worry.
They've been not going to listen anymore if we don't end this episode. Yeah.
Hey, you hear about when he went to Italy and he tried some pasta? Fibonacci. Yum, yum. Give me that stuff. Just kidding.
That's funny.
Nobody's favorite pasta is gnocchi. Although, I did have some gnocchi at Suzanne's house the other day from Gnocchi on 9th.
How did they come up with that name?
I don't know, but they're on 7th Avenue. It was a big ripoff, but it was good. It was good
Ironical.
gnocchi. But the thing about gnocchi is that she gave me a little bowl of gnocchi. You eat a little bowl of gnocchi, you're fucking full. That shit is dense.
Yes, there's potatoes in there.
He was like, do you want to take some gnocchi home? I was like, absolutely gnocchi. I do not want to take it home. I am already so full I can never eat gnocchi again for the rest of my life. I think there's some still in me. I think it's going to be like King Tut where they cut me open at the end and there's gnocchi in there still.
At least she got you store-bought stuff this time. I can't get over how she makes you eat her homemade cakes for all those parties.
And it's a carrot cake too. The most insane cake to make at home. Now, don't worry, this is the end, so she's definitely going to be listening. It's everybody's favorite part. They love it. It's patented. It's popular. Aaron, what do you think? Rolling well-toned, rolling boned, or rolling groan? Derek and the Dominos.
Yeah,
Layla, another assorted love song.
I don't understand Clapton's worldview or the things that he said after making this music, but I think it's great music, and I think it's better than a lot of what we've already heard. It's some musicians at the top of their game and playing great stuff, so I've got to give it a rolling groan. No, sorry, rolling boned. Sorry, rolling boned.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to explain it again? I can explain it.
No. I meant to say rolling bone. Should have been higher on the list.
This did pass the Jenny listening to it in the living room while on Instagram test, which is I played it and she didn't say stop. Please stop.
Yeah, it's
she
a
didn't
big
tell me
step.
what to do.
Big test.
Yeah, so it must be pretty good. Matt, what do you think? Rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan?
This is like, I think if aliens came down and they said,
Yes.
give us a rock and roll album, this would be like a quintessential, like, this is what rock and roll is kind of a thing.
Essential.
You know, I don't know, like you got some love songs, you got some bangers. I think the whole album is just one rock and roll banger of an album. And somebody texted on the side text chain for the dumb shit listeners and said a while ago that we use banger too much, but they thought that for the Dixie Chicks using banger was appropriate. But I think saying banger right now, this is a banger of an album with a bunch of banger of songs, particularly Layla and the ending of Layla. Rob, the ending of Layla is awesome. It's such a good song. It's such a good outro. It should have ended the album. It would have been a great ending to the album to have that as part of the song. I can't get enough of this. I don't remember listening to it the first time I listened through. I must have been like on going quick or something like that, because I will come back to this album time and time again. This is a top 100 album for sure for me, but I think so. This is definitely Rolling Bone. Should have been way higher in the list.
Just got to tell you guys, double albums. I still think they should be illegal. You cut this down to a single album, it's hits.
What if they cut out the wrong stuff? If they cut out Any Day, I don't want any part
You're
of
telling me that this album is just going, I'll just write all the ones where I said suck my balls on it. Okay. You're telling me you go from I Am Yours.
You're being selective. But we've already determined that Clapton doesn't have the best judgment.
No.
He probably picks the wrong
This
ones.
one, it just says I hate this. It goes right to this.
I hate this.
And then to this one that says this sucks so bad. I mean, that's not your right, Russell. They could have kept those songs and cut Layla and Bell Bottom Blues. You're totally right.
They could have. Yeah, they don't know.
That's
Different
crazy.
take. I don't mind that one at the end there. I think it's that guy Whitworth or whatever. He's the one singing it, right? Whitlock, and he's on the whole album,
Yes,
writing
he's
the
a
whole album
keyboardist.
for him. So he's just throwing him a bone at the end to put his song on. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
That is the sign that somebody is on heroin. Russell, what do you think? Rolling well toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan?
It's like how they had to run.
I think this is a killer. You know what I would say? My only hesitation with not putting this way higher is there are 5 covers on this, right? That are just straight covers.
Yeah, true.
So that to me, we hear a lot of albums that have samples and stuff. I don't know that we've heard that many that have that many covers. In the top 250.
And Rod Stewart might be the only other one, right? That's the one that comes to mind.
It's not very
I forgot
many.
about Rod Stewart. I forgot we fucking did that album. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you're right, Russell. You're right, Russel. I mean,
I would say Led Zeppelin is what this is similar to.
Yeah.
Sure. This kills though. Like if you put this on, you got your new record player, your whatever it's called, and you've got it zoned in on the 2 dials, the toner arm thing, Aaron.
Yes.
Like you put this on, this kills. This slays.
Yeah, it's great music.
It's a banger.
And it's got all time songs. Like if you think about Matt picked the perfect song, Bell Bottom Blues. It's fantastic. I had a favorite song any day, which I think is
a great
amazing.
song too. Yeah.
Good song.
You got those 2, and Layla's on there. That's like an all-time. Like that's got to be on anyone's top 50. You got all those songs on there. I don't think the weak things are enough to knock it off, Rob. So I'm going to say it's Rolling Groan. Rolling Bone, it should be way higher in the list.
You guys need a lesson. Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. I made some dice. On one dice, it says rolling. On the other one, it says bone. It says groan. Groan? Was that the other one? Groan?
The only thing I will say, though, about this, too, I'm going to pile on what Aaron said a little bit earlier. There's plenty of artists we've listened to that are probably bad people. And we don't typically go into that whole thing here. But when you're a bad person about the music that is making you, that seems off.
It's crappy, right?
And so that's
tough.
Yes. And I feel like sometimes when people are horseshit people or have done bad things, we're not talking about that. We're not getting into that. But there's something that doesn't feel right when the thing that's making you a star is the thing that you're not giving appreciation to.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that kind of cuts against it for me.
An album of Michael Jackson singing children's songs would not make this list.
I will say, if you want to go back and rewatch that halftime show, it's a pretty epic halftime show, and then you've got about 1,000 kids standing on stage with him, and it gets fucking weird.
That's
not good.
Heal the World or whatever that song.
Then he's like, I'm glad I have my hair. I'll never burn it off. All right, now. Of course, he did in a Pepsi commercial, which is also very funny. To get badly burned for Pepsi?
I'd do it for Coke.
Not even Mountain Dew? Yeah, I mean, maybe a Diet Coke. They'd be like, we could burn a little of your scalp. I'd be like, yeah, sure. No problem. I love Diet Coke. For Pepsi? God, I wouldn't even come indoors for a Pepsi. Disgusting. I had edited it out last week, but I'm going to say it again. It tastes like cardboard.
Rob, has anyone ever gone to a restaurant and you go, I'll have a Coke, and they're like, we have Pepsi products. Has anyone ever asked for a Pepsi product other than Mountain Dew?
And you know what's sick? You know why the world is sick, Russell?
Why?
Coke has Mellow Yellow and Pepsi has Mountain Dew. We should just have one soda conglomerate and they just have Mountain Dew and Diet Coke, and that's it. The world would be better. Mellow Yellow. Get that shit out of here.
What's Dr. Pepper? Is it a Coke or Pepsi?
Well, that's actually owned by Green Mountain, Russell.
This
is a little bit of business that I know because I have a friend who works there, and he was making Dr. Pepper pods for the Green Mountain coffee machines.
But if you go to like a game or you go to a restaurant, they got that on there with Coke or Pepsi, right?
I assume it's the same company as Barks. I mean, who knows who these geniuses are who just own one company? Can you imagine Barks and being like, hey, we're competing with Dad's Root Beer. You're competing with Dad's Root Beer? What?
Wait, is A&W not in the picture anymore?
You cannot. A&W is so far ahead of them, Aaron. That's crazy that you would bring up A&W in the same conversation with Dad's.
I was confused.
Yeah, you could have skipped over the big one.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Dr. Pepper being like, what about RC Cola? Shut the fuck up about RC Cola. It's gone. Royal Crown. Now, unfortunately, you guys are incorrect. This gets This gets a rolling horny for the wife of George Harrison. Damn, this guy has a crush on his friends' wives, which is the opposite of me because I'm hated by all my friends' wives. They can't stand me. They think I'm a bad influence.
They know. Harrison.
I want you to ignore what I just said about me being a bad influence, and I want you to think about this. Can you imagine how good that first bust felt for Clapton when he got with Patty Boyd? Like that first one, he wrote Layla. He wrote Bell Bottom Blues. He wrote You Look Wonderful Tonight. And finally, he's going full on deep dicking her like crazy. Oh my God, that had to be the bust of a century. Or do you think it was one where like somebody knocked on the door right at the wrong time? He's like, oh, what? This is what this was for?
What if it was Steven Tyler knocking on the door at the wrong time?
Oh, yeah, the kabuki mask. Why does he have a kabuki mask on? It doesn't make any sense. Why is that my thing now?
Robbie, immediately afterwards, he's got to think this was not worth it, right?
Oh, no.
Like, I have messed over like my best friend.
When she's walking down the aisle, he's like, oh, damn, this went too far. Listen.
I didn't sign up for this. The forbidden fruit is one thing, but
we just want to fuck our friend's wife. We don't want to marry them to marry. Nobody's ever said, oh, you probably want to marry my wife, don't you? No, nobody's ever accused somebody of that. Hey, are you trying to marry my wife? No, I'm not trying to marry your wife. I'm just trying to fuck her real quick. I don't want to get a long-term relationship where are we going to have our separate bank accounts or should we split one?
Rob,
I just want to fuck them and not think about like, oh, what kind of mattress? Do I get the mattress? Where does the mattress come from? Probably have to buy new ones, I guess. Can't have the old mattress from my place.
I'll help you out here. You're gonna have to cut this whole part, just for your own good. You're gonna have to.
If you have to cut it, you might as well list which wife you
might as well
have relations with in order.
Right.
Number one.
Do you want to go 5 to 1 or you want to go 1 to 5?
Listen,
you're gonna have to cut it all anyways.
Number one wife I would want to sleep with would be mine. Okay, it would be awesome. Because last night I've been snoring so loud that I slept on the couch last night because I am sick and so I snore. And I fell asleep at a doctor's appointment and I snored there too. And the lady doing an ultrasound on me woke me up. Talk about embarrassing. Woof.
You needed an ultrasound? Wait, are you okay? What are you getting ultrasounds for?
Oh, I'm stronger than ever.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Something about my carotid arteries. I was like, yeah, ultrasound them up. Let's go. I don't know. The cardiologist said, you got to come in for another check-in. I said, okay. Then there's nothing. I was like, why am I here? Why are you stressing me out about stuff?
Oh, yeah. You're stressing me out.
Blood pressure is 120 over 80 every time, Aaron. I'm feeling great.
God, love it.
Matt.
Speaking of sleeping on the couch, though, Rob.
What?
When I came back from Vegas and didn't feel good from the Joe flu.
Yeah.
I got back and I was freezing one night and I went to bed and the upstairs room was like, well, maybe you should sleep in the other room. And I was like, nope, I'm too sick. I'm sleeping in the main room tonight. What do you guys say? I feel like Aaron would take the bullet. Aaron would go sleep in the.
I usually do the couch. Yeah, I usually do the couch.
Matt, I could see doing that too.
We got to pull out this couch right here is a pull out couch. I usually flop that thing open.
Russell, you were so sick that you took the room. You put down stakes in the main room.
She stayed in the room too, but I was like, I don't have it in me to like go sleep in the other bed. I couldn't.
Guys, married guys, let's give it up for Russell.
Give it up.
He's doing what we want to do.
Give it up.
Honestly, taking the room is such a baller move, Russell. God damn, that's good.
Well, I don't think it was appreciated. I'll just say that.
Listen, let me just say this. Do you really have any friends where you're like, wow, I would love to marry their wife? No. There's no way, right?
Why are you still asking this question?
I don't know. I just cannot imagine meeting somebody and be like, well, I want to marry that wife. It's so crazy to me. All right. Listen, next week, we have the album Here's Little Richard by Little Richard.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That'll be fun.
This should have been the album we did over Valentine's Day week because last night I got a little wop babaloo bop, but I wished for more womp bam boom. It's terrible. Why did I write that?
Hey, how about this? I'm just reading this.
Yeah.
Boyd married George Harrison in 1966. But then they got divorced in 1977, and she didn't marry Clapton until 79.
Wow. So he had this for like 7-8 years.
How about that?
Yeah, he was pushing for a long time.
And then they got divorced in 89.
You think he was holding out the whole 7 years, Rob? Waiting?
Oh, I'm sure. A respectful guy like Eric Clapton? Oh, my God.
7 years in Tibet? Oof.
Crazy. Oh, that'd be crazy.
Matt, do you want to give us a killer Fibonacci sequence joke at the end here?
No, that's all right. I just want to play. I totally blew it. I was going to have, when I was doing my Rolling Going, I was hoping that we could play Independence Day or whatever that song is that Kirsten doesn't want to hear. So maybe if you got enough time, if you got enough time, you can play that over when I'm talking. Yeah.
Rob, before you do that, play the drilling out there, the song, the thing for a few minutes.
Noises? Okay, so wait, we're going the saw noises. We're doing the sound effects, and then we're going to what? The Trisha Yearwood song again?
Sure.
Oh, this is why nobody listens to the end. We're antagonizing people. Now, Russell.
Looping it.
Russell, real quick, okay? I'm just gonna roll these dice real quick. All right. What does it say?
What did they say?
Fuck, I had something funny now. I can't remember what it was. God damn it. I dropped the ball.
Time to say goodbye.
Oh, look. Listen to the end. Sounds just like what we listened to.
Where's the ding?
That's what Patty Boyd said. No. That was a terrible ending, guys.
That's what what's his name? God, Jim Morrison said. This is the end.
Oh my God. I got it. We're doing both of those now there. That was so much better.
It's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Man, that's a bummer because I'm with Jim Morrison and I just rolled 2 dice and it says, put in end. Oh. He was hoping to get This Is the End. Classic song.
Rats.
I've got 2 dice here. They say Ellie and Woman on it.
What's up, everybody? This is K-Rob, K-R-O-B. Listen, we're talking about a guy I love. His name is Aaron. And we're going to talk about something Aaron loves. Oh, yeah.
Feet make Aaron cream. He looks at them constantly. He's supposed to be working, but to computer pics he's jerking. He loves those little toes. They really make him blow. But what really makes his balls blue is some high heel shoes. This guy, he really, really likes feet. He really likes them a lot. If you were to send him some feet, he would really think that's super hot. When you want to hear about the greatest albums of all time, but you're just too lazy to look it up online. If you want to hear from guys who chat and then they get off track, I've got the perfect podcast for you, Jack.
Beck did it better.